I like it. I'm not going to make any man. I'm going to make any man. Simon, our age mate. Simon, boy, of age, my younger brother. He's not my age mate. Where am I about to know? Madam, what I mean, in the idea on him, allow him to be doing in car on him, and never thank you.
Period.
I didn't want to do it, make a Simon, but Nigeria need to eat. I'm on the arrest, Nibia. I'm a long voice in the canoe village with Muda and the canoe, or the kid in the mountain. Not from every on the men kill. Never make it, or you're not make it. Stop fighting one again. Watching the mother, I am so how many of them? These people are too many. Boko Haram one commander. Iswap one commander. Boko Haram one camp. How the too many? Oh yeah, I might have years when government in imagine that kind of thing. Government the movement for negotiation for bandits. You one of them, what kind of nonsense is this? No, you can't put on them.
In fact, this our brother has spoken well. Honestly speaking, I give it to him. Who is really your enemy? Is Simon Ekpa the enemy? Look at what Ebubiagu they are doing. Look at what the way they even pamper Boko Haram bandits. In fact, they are begging that you are our in fact you are the one that is giving us the law or the authority or the that's to do whatever we are doing. They acknowledge them that we today now we are saying, oh, look at what Queen Elizabeth has done. Oh, Queen Elizabeth has done this, has done that. Oh, the one you are doing to that your own brother, it's not worse. Right now, the one you are doing to that your own brother, it's not worse. Like what our brother really said, you know that if not for Mazi Simon Ekpa, Nigeria government for not they feel anything now. And they tell you, they for not they feel anything. Now they understand, say, no matter how they keep him there, no matter how they keep Mazi Kanu, another group that they raise up again. And they don't understand this thing, say, I think someone's trying to call in. And they don't understand this thing, say, if they continue to leave Mazi Kanu, this thing, it go worse. I am telling you the truth. They advise themselves. If not, okay, let me take this call. Hello, brother. Good night. Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, thank you so much, Agatha. How are you?
I'm good. I'm live, oh.
I know.
Okay.
That's why I called.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I say make I join you, make I talk to fellow Biafrans.
I beg you, do well.
Yeah. The thing, something when it is very painful. Say Nigerian government and some people in the world they protect terrorists because that they give them. It's not just about Nigeria. There are countries like Britain, France, and so many other countries in Europe. They protect these terrorists. They give them PP guns to take kill us because they give them access to thief our gold and our oil.
I'm telling you.
Fellow Biafrans, I want to tell you now to say UK and America and France and all the countries in Europe, they get good reserve and oil reserve. But to win when get oil and the good with the suffer fuel scarcity
and we don't get good reserve. We don't even get any reserve for any resource. We don't even get anything. But meanwhile, my brothers from the coastal region, they guide empty pipeline. Listen to something when it is very hard to understand. Why the Nigerian government, they send army into our place, they look for our youth, they kill them. Anybody when it is they know in a BIAFRAN, they go capture and they will kill them, they go call them any name. Then they are given official position. Kidnapping and terrorism now has become a job. They are giving them a name. Every president, they get chairman for terrorism, for kidnapping and banditry. Why in our place, these people are coming into our farmlands to rape people? If you come to Delta State now, go to a forum, you go to Ughelli, these people they are everywhere.
They don't take over.
We are able to make a video coverage for Wari. All the villages for Wari, we don't go there today. We go see many Fulani cow. This one, they're not just inside farmland, they get inside our villages, inside communities. They were not without stress. Even the people, they even declare road for them, people, they even fear them. Can you imagine? So, when they cannot, they tell them, say, these people, they come, they never believe. This is why I am so pained. This is why if I
say for Hausa quarter for Warrior, my brother. The last time when I go that place, you know, say all the houses were there that place. They don't collect all of them.
I can tell you, they don't. Our people.
They don't drive everybody. Body come up from that place. Then they come they in charge. I enter the place at the shout. Now they change dollar, and then they change. Now they do everything as me and you they talk. And they shout and say, Jesus, this place don't talk to their home.
My dear, those people have destroyed our society. They have destroyed the Statue of Liberty. The only person who is supposed to speak up for the people was the Igbo man, but he rejected Igbo being an Igbo man. But when he reached Igbo being an Igbo man. But when he reached one Fulani one take him, use and take fight to destroy with Delta State, they take him based on say in an Igbo man.
Exactly.
He can run for vice president.
For vice president,
So my people, I want to make we come together, join us, our team, join our autopilot team. Let us tear these people apart and have our land back. We don't want to have Alamajiri land in our place. We are not the same. We can help them if they require help while they be in their place, but let us have our freedom first.
Very important.
You know, I want to tell you now, say, the person will hold us hostage for many years. We don't drink the millions of our blood. When we say the British assassin, when we say they don't send them to assassinate our parents, so they don't die. Yesterday when they come announce for Bokia Palace. That woman, we are coming to make a special broadcast for her. That woman don't chop Biafran people, chop Biafran blood. So he chop Biafran blood, chop Biafran people go reach old age. That woman turned children, he put black children for inside cage. Then anytime they want to have entertainment for their children, they go carry the cage come out. They use stick of wood. They took the children with inside cage. They throw corn, maize for them for inside cage. They chop like rabbit or like fowl. This person when do us like this, now some people, gullible people for Nigeria, they fight for. White man will slaughter your parents. Don't use your parents, put them for inside cage like rabbit. Now you they fight for them.
My brother, you don't hear the statement when Gumi release, when he say make they change Usuka University to Queen Elizabeth University for Nigeria.
If they mock Biafrans now, in one may
You see, huh?
pay them, they tell them say they don't get guts, they don't get might.
You see?
In one remind them the pain.
Even the woman death alone don't remind us, but it can't do one more. You see?
It remind them how they were able to divide them against their ancestral families.
Exactly.
If you like Yoruba man now go tell you say no be Igbo man, they have nothing to do with Igbo man. Ijaw man will tell you that they have nothing to do with an Igbo man. But if you trade these people origin, they all emanated from the same place. So since Hausa and Fulani and the British have succeeded in dividing them, owing to the conference they had in Berlin in 1884, so they are very happy that they are taking the country, they are winning. That's what they believe. But thank God that that woman has gone to hell to rest in pieces. I know she will never rest in peace. Of course, anybody who have contributed in killing Biafran people will never rest in peace. Lord Leopold, I mean what they call him, will not rest in peace. Frederick Lugard and Flora Shaw will never rest in peace. This current, all the officials of the British and their future generation, and their children will suffer afflictions and pain because we live by pain. We carry this burden in our heart every blessed day, hoping for freedom to come for us one day. And God is going to tear Britain apart.
Exactly.
God will tear them into pieces because they have afflicted the children of God. This is my message for them. And I want to tell Professor Ayam, Uju, we want to tell you that we Biafran people from the coastal region are strongly behind you because we love people who are courageous like you.
Yeah, she tweets well.
This upcoming, what do you call it, tyrants, like Ben Jos of Amazon. Of course, he have committed many crimes and killed many people, and they buried the evidence. We've been searching for those evidences. We have not found them, but we will keep searching. We are going to make a thorough research on Ben of Amazon. I know how Amazon denied many Nigerians a job in Germany, only because they are Nigerians. And of course, God is going to tell him, for him to have challenged Professor Uju, God is going to tear Ben Jones and his Amazon into parts. He will fall. This is the beginning of your failure, Ben Jones. And you have laid your hands on the children of God for that reason's sake. He said, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm.
Exactly.
We are foot soldiers fighting for our freedom since almost 100 years now. We have been fighting. We have been carrying this burden. And then Ben Jones from America, from Amazon, have decided to challenge Professor Uju for expressing her pain from people who slaughtered her parents. Nobody, Professor Uju never do Ben Jones' family anything. He never killed anybody from their family, but Ben Jones, you have raised your hands against a wrong generation. This generation, a generation that is full with a very huge anointing from Almighty God.
Oh my goodness.
From the God of the sun and the God of waters. The God of our ancestors. The God of those people whom you slaughtered. You want to take over the genocide of Britain against Biafran people. It will never ever be well with you. And if you push further, it will be the downfall of America also. And of course, God is going to tear you in America into parts when you try to lay hands on the children of God. We are going to be swearing for you, Ben Jones, every day and night. We will swear for you naked. We will swear for you in the bedroom. We will swear for you anywhere. Because you are trying to lay hands on the children of God who are trying only to survive. You people take life from us. Take everything from us. And turn our young generation into asylum seekers and traumatized individuals without any focus. But we tell you, we are still with our right senses, even with our trauma.
Exactly.
When you lay hands on this generation, or you lay hands on Professor Juanya, your life and the life of your company of Amazon and any institution that you represent will fall apart. Things will fall apart for you, Benjus. Because the children of God are here to take their freedom by force. We know that you people have been empowering the Fulani. These are the top people in the world who are standing against the future of Biafran people. And that is why people like Professor Ju are people that we from the coastal region respect so much. People who have the courage to challenge the devil himself. And we tell you, Professor Ju, you are the best that we have ever had.
She
and
really tried, eh? She tried.
Greetings to you, that you remain safe. God will keep you safe. We are praying for you the same way we are praying for Ben Jones. And my dear sister, God bless you.
Thank you
God
so
continue
much.
to give you strength to do this job.
Thank you
and
so
you are
much.
doing Biafran people a very huge service.
Thank you so much.
And we
Thank you
love
so
you.
much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. In fact, you finish up. You've already said everything that I want to say, honestly speaking. Thank you so much. Really appreciate. Yeah, so you see, now the movement with this. This is a platform whereby you can call in and express yourself, pass your message
Thank you.
all over the globe, all over the world. Anything you want to say, you are so much free to say it. And we really appreciate all the callers tonight. Thank you so much, brother. Yeah. So you understand, a lot of things they happen. You see these people, they don't take over everything. But we did this our middle, fighting ourselves. Is that your brother really your problem? You see the level of injustice. You see, okay, look at what happened now when Queen Elizabeth start. What did Gumi said? He said they change Osuka University the name to Queen Elizabeth University. It don't remind you for something. If you see internet, they catch fire, see insult, but he say what he talk. Who talk to am? This is where we should be channeling our energy to. As I talk am before, e go be like film o. If you don release Nnamdi Kanu, know say this movement don enter the main
Because the system that we have produces politicians. It doesn't produce leaders. And so you can have a politician who knows nothing about leadership, and he's leading you. Politicians are concerned about the next election. That's all they're interested in.
So, Emeka Livingstone, please grab the mic. You introduce yourself. You fire on this video with your own opinion. There we go from here.
Thank you very much. Do you hear me?
Very well,
Hello?
very well. You're coming out very clear.
Okay. The preacher or the speaker said the right thing. There is a difference between being a politician and a leader. And the African situation would have had a better foundation if they had listened to Kwame Nkrumah in the conference they had in Casablanca. There were just 7 of them, and it was a strong Pan-Africanist that wanted a situation where your aspiration into leadership position should be based on the interest of the people at heart. So that resources available will be used maximally to benefit even the least person in society. That will create room for opportunities for them to also get that leverage in life and aspire to be leaders one day. It is something that is like a kind of orientation that is inbuilt into the system of people. They grow up with it. But the other members of African states did not buy the idea because they were interested in their pockets, their position, and they wanted to be subservient to colonial masters. So whatever you see happening in the African situation, it has been programmed by colonial masters to take this format so that the African political class don't have leadership qualities. And if any man tries to bring up any idea of good leadership, they kill him. They take him out. They took Kwame Nkrumah out. They took Patrice Lumumba out. They took away, I think, Kasavubu. They took away, what's his name? Thomas Sankara. They took him away. That has been the system, because if the African people come to realize the need for good leadership or leadership that benefits the masses, it will take away colonization from their minds and give them the freedom to build a better society. And that deprives the colonial masters access to resources, rule over them. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make a broadcast in respect to the Queen's death later on and look back a little. So this thing has been programmed from the beginning. Our politicians are just byproducts of the factories that were planted in Africa, managed by the colonial masters and some Africans that they raised up to produce bad quality products that turned out to be what we see today. So if you look at the way the system is programmed in America, by the time you come out, you come out to be accountable to the society. If you want to go into politics, you must have in your mindset, there are certain things you may have done to prove, maybe community service, getting involved in humanitarian services, something that builds up your resume from the ground. And then they begin to see leadership qualities in you and people begin to attest. But it's not so in Africa. It's not just Nigeria. The only thing in Nigeria is that It's the most populous nation in Black Africa, and therefore whatever they do comes to the limelight. It's a general problem in the whole of Africa. So a politician may not be a leader, but we do have politicians that are leaders, and those of them were taken out. Thank you very much. I'll stop so far.
All right, thank you very much for your contribution. Biafra Global Network, the mic comes to you now. I hope your microphone is in good state. Biafra Global Network. If your mic is okay, you may write on. I think you're having some issues, okay? When you're back, you will grab the mic. Okay, let's see the way forward of that video.
That's why they cannot be leaders. But leaders are different. Leaders are concerned about the next generation. I want you to compare those two thoughts the next time you have a politician in your house want to vie for your vote. Just ask him, what is your vision for my children?
What is your vision for my children? That is the question all the in the Peter Obi, in the Jakaban, in the Bankoso, in the article are supposed to have asked them, what are your visions for the people of Biafra? Because we are talking about Biafra. We are not talking about one Nigeria. What are your visions? These people have no visions for the Biafran people. That is why they climb any pulpit. They tell you, we want one Nigeria to remain as one. And what is one Nigeria all about? One Nigeria is all about government of the terrorists, for the terrorists, and by the terrorists. They not took their time to ask them only one question. What are your visions for the Biafran people? Because one Nigerian people would have the context of one Nigeria. We, what our aims and objectives are, is Biafra. That is why we say they should ask this very question. What are your visions for the Biafran people? Do you know that they don't have visions for the Biafran people? Because Ojukwu gave Peter Obi the mandate before. And Peter Obi had no visions for the Biafran people. That is why on the dying bed of Ojukwu, he disappointed him. The APGA party, which Ojukwu entrusted in his hand, thinking that he would use that as a vision line to erect things for the Biafran people, that vision was destroyed by the same Peter Obi. So as you are running and shouting after Peter Obi, remember that the vision that Ojukwu gave Peter Obi with the APGA party, that Peter Obi did not make it up. Rather, he destroyed that vision. And today, he is still on the verge of destroying another vision of the Biafran people since MNK had come up. Please, somebody else should pick up the microphone because there is an emergency here which I have to attend to. Ask your code for, please grab the microphone.
Okay, we're gonna do this together. You know, I think Pastor Mecca Livingstone is here. We've been talking. So, Pastor Mecca, I think you can. No, Paul. Pastor Mecca have just spoken. I think, right? So, and we have someone here. Pastor Mecca, you can go on. Please speak to us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The thing has been resolved, I guess.
Okay, thank you. All right.
So, you called on Emeka. Emeka, you can speak on the visionless issue of Peter Obi, because we are connecting the dots and making use of every arsenal to nail the person that wants to come out and jeopardize anything that has to do with the actualization of Biafra. Emeka, please fire on.
Thank you very much. I would like to look at it beyond Biafra as a human being, but still come back to Biafra as a Biafran. The question the preacher asked, what vision do you have for our children? On a general term, neither does Peter Obi nor Atiku nor Tinubu have any vision for Nigerians. I mean, those who are clamoring for them becoming, either of them becoming president or them becoming presidents. If you go to, there was a video clip that was shown, houses that were built in Dubai, owned by Atiku Abubakar. And in the whole of those houses, those that are employed, not even a Nigerian is there. So there is no program for children of Nigeria, because if you talk only about Biafra, it looks as if we are just concerned and we don't care what happens to other people in Nigeria. On a general note, none of them have any plans for Nigeria, because if you look at it very well, sorry, let me just give you a little example of an organogram, which I borrowed from somebody that can help. If you look at the apex of a triangle, you have the British crown. That is the queen, dead queen sitting, but she's no longer there, is the British crown. Next, after that crown, is the caliphate in authority. After the caliphate is the constitution of Nigeria. After the constitution is the federal government, with the governor by its sides. And then below them is the masses, the people that constitute the contraption called Nigeria. And so the caliphate takes authority or takes orders from the British crown. That's the way it went. And then the caliphate supervised or influenced a constitution that was put in place that is skewed. They also have the power at any point in time to set aside the constitution and do their own thing, like the establishment of 12 Sharia states in the north, which is contrary to the constitution, to show that the caliphate has the power to override the constitution. But that same constitution becomes the guideline by which the federal government will operate based on the remote control of the caliphate. And the federal government will always work according to the constitution, which is skewed to favor the north, so that the people below will not have the power to speak. The strength of the government is the constitution, and it was written to favor the north, which the British government gave the caliphate authority. Go ahead and do this, you have a backing. So look at it, it's so terrible. So there is no future for those on the base, at the base. It is only the federal government, the constitution, the caliphate, and the British crown. They are those that receive all the goodies. So they don't have any plan for the Nigerian people. Then look at the Biafran people. We want out. We are not interested in Peter Obi. He can be the president of Nigeria, who is not Biafra. That means if Nigeria decide to vote him when Biafra is out, and then there's still a country, a contraption called Nigeria, and Peter Obi becomes the president, we don't care. He can go ahead. It's just like another nation carved out from us. So we don't have anything personal against him. Our problem with Peter Obi is that he came into this election, give it validation, because we have said we don't want to partake in the election 2023. And when you don't partake in that election as a region, it takes 25% of the votes cast in all the regions for somebody to be the president of the country. And if you don't have it from this region where Biafra comes from, it will create a constitutional crisis because they did not vote. And because they did not vote, you don't have any legitimate reason to appoint, because any man that will be the president of the leader of that place should be by election. Since he was not elected, the whole world will come to see that this is a constitutional crisis. So you cannot appoint anybody to stand in there. There's going to be rebellion, and that person will be killed. They know that very well. And the person cannot legislate from Abuja. There will be no governor, there will be no House of Assembly member, no National Assembly member, whether Senate or House of Representatives. So Obi was brought in to give it validation. Now, when the Igbos go into that election, automatically they lose their right to ask for a referendum or a separate nation. Because the question they would have asked them in the future is, if you were truly committed to the Biafran cause, why did you go for election? And by going for election, whether you win or lose, the point is you have lost that mandate for Biafran actualization. That's the point. Therefore, Obi has no program for the Biafran people. He's not interested in the Biafran project. He doesn't care. And if Obi, for any reason, should be the president, he will kill Biafrans more than Buhari did. Why? He is there to defend the mandate given to him and the promises he made. That because if you had listened to Hakim Baba Ahmed, who is the chairman of the Northern Elders Forum, who happens to be the elder brother of Peter Obi's running mate, that is a senator, he said that they are going to rule Nigeria whether as president or vice president. Nobody is going to stop them. And if they are going to support anybody to be the president, the person must see to their interest first. So their game plan is clear, and Obi's running mate is keeping quiet because he understands that the Muslims have a way of carrying out project dedicatedly. They don't shift from focus. So the only thing is, even if Obi becomes president, he cannot do anything to change a structure that has systematically been put in place for the past 150 years. He cannot change it.
Pastor Mecca, can I shift something, because you're making a deep point, but I want to throw a light on what you're saying.
Okay.
Let's talk it like this. P2B also cannot change the Islamization agenda. That is another thing, right on, sir?
Of course, that is what I was saying, that yes, they have a project that they have carried on dexterously for 150 years, and it is the Islamization of the whole of West Africa, beginning from Nigeria, because there is a declaration that Nigeria is an Allah-giving state to Islam. From there, they can spread into the whole of the West African sub-region and take over. That Christians shouldn't be there. So when Obi is coming, Obi cannot change the structure they have put in place over the years. The 1989 declaration, which Simon Ekpa revealed, is there. And if you go into Nigeria, does somebody want to talk? I'm sorry. Okay. If you go into Nigeria and look into the educational system, there is a law that says if a girl that is a Muslim comes into a Christian territory and is schooling in their institutions of higher learning, she has a right and she should be allowed to wear the hijab, contrary to the dress codes of Christian states. That is to show how Sharia is superimposed above the constitution of Nigeria because the caliphate is in control. Now, but if girls from the Christian part of the country come to the north to school, she doesn't have right to dress like Christian. She must put on the hijab. So their law is imperative on both the north and in the south. Then number two, Simon Ekpa raised another point. He said that if you look at the passport, the Nigerian international passport, those in the north are asked to pay 10,700 naira to get the passport. Then those from, I think, Osun State or Ondo are asked to pay 25,000. Those from the east, the same passport, pay 62,000 naira. I want you to see that there's a structure that they put in place. Who is Obi? Obi knows that he cannot change it, but he just wants to answer president one, so that his name will go down in history. And the people who are following Obi are so foolish that as you are explaining to them, they don't want to understand. They just believe that when Obi comes, he will use a magic wand, change the mentality of the Muslims suddenly, and all of them, like Mumu, will follow him. Or if they refuse, then there's going to be war. And I ask them the question, do you have you prepared for the war? Or you are going to lean back on Simon Epa? Say, oh, Simon, how have you prepared all this while? Since they have disappointed us, we are going to support Biafra now. Those people are not reliable. So neither does Peter Obi nor Atiku Abubakar have any. In fact, let me limit it to Peter Obi. He has no program for the Biafra people. That's why Peter Obi never talks about Nnamdi Kanu's incarceration. They kill people in Biafra land. Peter Obi never says anything about it. They talk about those who were the accusation laid against him by Nnamdi Kanu about the MASOB members whose body floated in Izu River. Peter Obi has not cleared that. The issue of borrowing money and using $15 million of Anambra State government to service that debt has not been cleared. These and many things are the evidences to prove that Peter has no program, no plan. And finally, he said that if he becomes president, he will grant amnesty that those people in the different regions that are fighting for agitation should come to have a dialogue with him. That after that, if anyone that refuses to dialogue with him, he's going to take decisive action against them. And who are those? We will not accept any dialogue. We don't want amnesty. Definitely, POB will take decisive action against us to please his Fulani master and his British ogas. Thank you very much.
Sonny, please, can you play that video and then?
Yeah, that is the vision that Peter Obi has. What I just explained now, that is the vision that man was talking about, the preach. The vision that Obi has for the Biafran people is what Emeka has just exemplified now. His own vision is to come back and then kill more than he had ever killed. The Ezu River one was not even enough. So, like Umahi said, when you sell your brother, the buyers will not trust you. So, the buyers cannot trust Obi if they give him power, because they know that Obi collected money to betray his brother. And Obi can wake up one day and cut off their head. That is what will be in the minds of the people that Obi sold his brother to be able to get to power. So they will never trust him. So Obi, on the other hand, can come back one day and then flush out the entire people, which is the vision he has for our people. Oh, Biko, please, you have to comment on the vision aspect of the video.
So, thank you both. Am I coming out clear?
Yeah, very well, very well.
So, what I want to say here is this now. They said vision line and visionless. Our pastor, Emeka Livingstone, and of us have said something which we cannot go on to repeat what they say, because we are autopilot. We create ideas and different ways to teach people how to reason. They said, if you don't know where rain starts beating you, you will not know where the rain stops beating you. It's vision line and the visionless. If you understand what brought autopilot today, it is the same vision line and the visionless. Understanding the strategy of the colonial masters, understanding the strategy of the Fulanis, understanding the strategies of Nigerian government, and understanding the strategy why P2B departed from ABGA and they created Labour Congress, the same Labour Congress which they put this man Zik to destroy the idea of Ojukwu. When we go inside the vision line, then you will understand the vision of Biafra is to destroy the agenda of Elizabeth that died yesterday, the Britain, those people that stabbed our children to death, those people that killed us in our numbers. But when you come to the visionless people, you will see when they created political solution, because of visionless, they were able to buy to the idea of political solution without analyzing what is inside political solution. Political solution told them what you need to do now is to obey your oppressors. The same people who rendited our leader from Kenya back to Nigeria called on them and said, let us now work together. As visionless people, they forgot when Mazen Nandekano was preaching and educating every one of us in Radio University of Biafra, that whenever you are doing something, the oppressor asks you to stop what you are doing, then you should know that what you are doing is right. But these people forgot all these things because of that visionless they have. And the division line is not going until God bring Mazi Simon Ekpa, which the first prophet said here. He said, if you take Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out, people more dangerous than Nnamdi Kanu will come, and there will be no room for dialogue. So what you should do is to dialogue now. Remove the hand of that monkey before it turns into the hands of a man. Because when we are walking inside the vision line, we will understand the reason why these people came and they devote 14 months fighting only one man. And when we stood here, we tell them, you cannot fight this person because this person has been ordained. Right from his mother's womb, he has been ordained to support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to destroy this evil agenda from the Britain to the Fulanese, Usman and Fodio agenda, down to this day. The only person who have that vision line leading struggle today is Simon Ekpa. And no matter all the attacks they are giving to him, the attacks have become like a water giving him energy. The attacks they are giving to him and the autopilot become like manure inside autopiloters and the Simon Ekpa to carry this movement along. That's why he made the statement the other day when the first lady spoke. He said, you can attack autopiloters, you can attack Simon Ekpa, you can bring those attacks because in our vision line, we are able to accommodate those attacks because we are well prepared, working inside the vision line of this movement. So let me keep it here. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Biafra
You are not coming up now.
Yeah, you're coming up clear now. So grab the mic now before your network fuck up again.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be here. I want to greet Biafrans and basically rest in the of Miles Monroe that he played, another dimension about what's saying about leadership. We have a complex situation in the context of Nigeria because in politics and in religion, we have come to understand that we don't have leadership because the Nigeria system has engrossed both politics and religion to be one. And of course, Miles Monroe was talking about leadership. Religion and in politics, it's not the first point of reference. because in religion, you are looking at it's subjugation anyways, because in religion, there's this concept to hoodwink them.
Oh, this your network is really, really affecting your speech. And you just curtail what you were saying halfway. Message undelivered. All right. Who has not spoken on this very issue of vision? 247, you have not spoken on the vision aspect of the video.
I didn't get the message, so there's no how I can speak on it.
Let me drag it back so we can get that part of the vision aspect.
Okay, that would be nice. Thank you.
Be leaders. But leaders are different. Leaders are concerned about the next generation. I want you to compare those two thoughts the next time you have a politician come to your house wanting to vie for your vote. Just ask him, what is your vision for my children?
Oh, you know, even I say we did church today. We did church today. It's very, very interesting, honestly. I love this because it's a good question, though. This one, Nanim be the cocoa where they inside matter. If you watch OB interview with this what is this Yoruba girl that is have open teeth? That's in YouTube. Abiola. Adola. If you watch Adola interview Obi could not answer the simple question. And Adola keep repeating the question more than 4 times. Still, if you ask Obi, what is your vision of this? Obi will answer you another different thing. What is your... And then people started complaining. And Adola have to come back to explain why he was repeating the question. And then people went back and they saw the vision. That the vision is that Obi has no vision. The vision is that Obi have no vision. Obi's vision is like a man. A man have 3 children, three men. So the men, the children, they no they in good terms with the man. So the man when grow old and died. Before he died, he made a video as his will and give it to a lawyer and told the lawyer, nobody will see this video until they do everything I write on my will. So he died. They don't even go in burial. But they were surprised that the father they knew as a pauper. Lawyer called them and told them, Papa get will. They became interested. All of them. They all come from their different locations, come meet lawyer. Which the lawyer said, cool down. We go read the will. On the day, they all gathered. Waited before the lawyer himself. As the lawyer come read the will, the first one, you have to go and serve 3 years in prison. The second one, you have to go and marry, and you will born 2 children within 3 years. Then the third one, you have to go to church and confess, and they serve in the church for 3 years, nobody will pay you before when I go see my will. Then they try to say, well, after all, what do we need the will for? We know our father is a papa. The lawyer told them, say, Una papa, I don't know what be the will, but the will is very interesting and very important as in write down for the set. He said I give you, so no be writing. So they don't go. This one go tell police say he want 3 years. Police say he no go give him any prison. He go find out from the law what did he go do. Make it go 3 years imprisonment. He go commit that offense, they carry and put him for prison. After 3 years, all of them come back to the lawyer. The lawyer put the video, their papa come out for the video. Their papa laugh. Say, is it of you now? You didn't love me while I was there alive. Now where I don't die, una they pretend say una like me. I will tell una the truth about the will. The man laughed. After laughing, he told them, the truth about the will is that there is nothing inside the will. They were still waiting. The man looked at them again and said, there is nothing inside the will. The man busted laugh. The video of the will end. The story is about Obi and the division, not only Obi, about every politician as division, as their vision goes. Ask yourself, start with the ancestor in Yoruba land. Person where they tell say they go employ him for police, then he never even fill form, he never even write the application. They just promise him. He go house, before he go enter in compound, anybody where he see go arrest him. They never even begin campaign. If Tinubu they pass for road, 5 hours, nobody go pass that road. Person where from nowhere, Tinubu na just ordinary man. Nowhere after 8 years, he became a mighty billionaire. The only man I have ever seen that billion van they go in house. When he call, billion van go come. Tinubu become so rich that he himself cannot explain the source of his wealth. Tinubu no get one single business where they give money. Tinubu cannot explain to you where he get the money from. You want me to tell you about Babangida? You want me to tell you about Abiola? How Abiola sponsor? Listen, anything politician is visionless. The fit say they get vision, but the truth be say they are visionless. Zero vision. The vision is to mortgage the lives of your children, the generations, their future, their education, everything for you to mortgage and get nothing in return. That is just the vision. That is why every day we keep seeing videos and pictures of the politicians celebrating their children abroad, their children graduation in UK, in Harvard University, in United Kingdom, University of Utah, Canada, are celebrating every day. And it's not even only that they are celebrating their children graduation. They will be there present with their families from Nigeria. They will take visit their best friends to go and witness their children graduation. You fit go America, you fit go Canada. They are vision zero. I greet all of you.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's see the continuation part of the video because we are picking it point by point. Gaddafi, wait. You will follow up the next line that will come from the video or the next point, then you will give your comment.
I sit and listen for 20 minutes for you to tell me what it is. You'll leave your house. Because he has no interest in your children's children. His concern is to power, keep the position to win the next election. This is why they cannot lead. When you are going to have a conversation with a politician, you can actually try this as a test. You, by the way, as a citizen of the community, you have a right to be seen. If you voted for mayor, the mayor works for you. Therefore, you have a right to see him. You can make an appointment to see any public officer. You know that. That's your legal right. If you don't want to see him, take him to court. So I want you to make an appointment to go and see your mayor or go and see your... Just sit and say, I want 30 minutes. And ask him about that list right there. Sir, what is your purpose for being in leadership in this? Your purpose. The first question will make you very nervous. Second question, what is your passion for our community? He'll be wondering what you're talking about. What are you talking about? I just want to build roads and bridges and provide jobs. No. What is your passion? And this to question that. So I have a little thought here. I call it politics versus leadership. Let's talk about it for a second. Number one, politics focus on programs, not vision. Number two, politicians' priority is security, not securing the next generation. Their focus.
Mata, don't judge yourself.
What do you? Which one on I keep quiet, Sonny?
I think Sonny is having issue with his mic, but nevertheless, you see, I would like to say something on this video, actually. You see, this man, this Mas Moro, blessed memory, he is really pointing out the problem that we are overlooking. We have to look and digest. We have to think back to all these our politicians that we are, as we say, forwarding in the front now, like people like IPOB. We have forgotten. We have forgotten. I could say the problem we have is because we lost vision. Vision is not only to see tomorrow. It is also, like I could say, revelation, to see the past and the present. Because when God says He show you a vision, living stories here, you can understand what I mean. And many of us who are going to what
right on. My network was crazy. Right on.
So now, when people lost vision, they faces what we call anarchy, problems, and that is the stage where Nigeria is right now. All our youth that are shouting obedient to Abasa, what is it called, Tinubu, and the rest of them, Atiku, they have forgotten how these people have held us youth of Nigeria, let me use that word, for so long on the ground. So we are calling for everybody to wake up and put your senses of reasoning. That is the vision we are talking about. Apostle Paul was praying for some certain people in the book of Ephesians so that their eyes of the vision will be open. Because if the youth of Nigeria, if your eyes, youth of Biafra, Ududuwa, if your eyes of understanding, which is your vision, are not enlightened and be open to see how much damages that these criminals have done to your life, you remain like this forever. And we are here to tell you that Biafra will come. Whether you believe it or not, we will drag everybody. Mazin Nakano say, if Biafra does not come back home, we will pocket Biafra and we will take Biafra from diaspora and take it there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mazi Gaddafi, I hope you got the last point that this our great preacher made. So use this opportunity to introduce yourself to Biafrans and then to hit on this point, please. There we go.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. I also greet each and every one of us in the studio. I will say good morning because it is my time. Good morning. Um, the truth remains that the late Buhari called Nigerian youth lazy youth. So they always look for shortcuts. So that is why anything that politicians put on the table, they look at it because they are lazy. They look at it as a shortcut of it. They always like to follow it. And I call most of us, wherever belief is, because there is no politician that is thinking good of you. No one. No one. Like the video was saying, it is only their pockets they are coming to defend. Now, any politicians who bring you close to himself, either is using you for good to himself or is using you for evil to the community or to the society. So that is why some of us that are shouting obedience, mostly, excuse me, most of us that are shouting obedience, check all those youths. They are lazy youths. Even as the Vanguard said that P2B is not coming to contest for president. So, due to they are very, very lazy, they can't reason with their brain. Maybe they reason through their anus. That's why they go on the negative side. Because no human being with the right mind or right sense that will say obedience in anywhere. And also, most of them, why is it as if that we that are living in diaspora are more on bringing Biafra? It's just because most of them doesn't know the difference between lives or ways of people live. So when they see something like Lagos, they believe that's the best way of living life. Excuse me. So that is why you see them relaxed. The little thing they saw, they think that is the way human being lives. Not knowing that the best thing they call best in Nigeria, there in that evil forest, is the worst form of living. Now, since they've been changing from hand to hand, right from time of Obasanjo being and turned to civilians, during Babangida, the military, if white they've matured in their mind like as they are now, Babangida would have become civilian president as well. So the maturity started in the hands of Abacha. That's why Abacha wants to remove his uniform and come back to become the president again. Now I begin to ask you, these people, what have they achieved since the history of Nigeria till today? That some of us are still campaigning obedient or obedient. What is it that you can lay your hand? Is it a good road that you benefit from politicians that make you to campaign for them? For instance, when Goodluck was campaigning, I traveled with my money from Yenagoa to Abia State, where I did my voters registration, just to vote for Goodluck. Likewise, Abaribe that is talking carelessly now. I know how Emeka Nwogu in Abata, how they made him the Senate at the first time. I was inside the hall when they wrote his results. So the constituency project money, what has he done with it? The governors that are ruling, what has he done with those allocations they are collecting? That's to tell you how dubious and how demonic and how evil these politicians are. If your eyes is open, you will see that most of this money are stuck in abroad. Our money that they stole from us, they store it in abroad. Some of them, they lost it there. Some of them are looking for a way to bring the money in back again. They don't have the way due to the money laundering acts that are rolling all over the world. So you can see the little ones you see them embezzle or stolen, the one you don't see is what is more than what you know. So what I'm trying to say here is that it is very, 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 very idiotic. If it is a one solo, it's a very, 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 very bad for any woman that has sucked the mother's breast or even was praying with milk, with cow milk, to open his mouth to support any politician. It is very, very bad. It is a folly, you know, for someone to raise up and say they want to support any politician. Now, one of us here was talking about Tunumbu, 247. I heard you mention about Tunumbu. You see that guy? Now, people should think. I watched a video where the wife was talking against the Igbos. If that kind of person becomes the first lady of their evil forest called Zoo, are you telling me that that kind of person will allow people to stay in their town? These are things that they are for themselves and for themselves. Now, like 247 said, less than 8 years, he becomes the richest. Yes, if you want to run the memory lane about Tinubu, you see that the person that's supposed to be in his position was a good man called Funshaw William. Funshaw William was a good man. The Lagosians supported him with all their heart. They trusted him because he was a nice man. But this same Tinubu and their group, this same Tinubu and their group, we may ask Tinubu what happened to Funshaw William. You know, because they want to occupy the seat. They can go any length. They can tell you anything. They can even go as far as using voodoo to talk to the people. That's why their brain is like agricultural brain. They don't reason. That's why Buhari called them the lazy youth. They always like a shortcut. Thank you for now. And God bless you as we proceed.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please, the end part of this video is what we cannot avoid. The end of this video, we can't avoid it.
Number two, politicians' priority is securing the next election, not securing the next generation. Their focus is different. Number three, politicians are preoccupied with promises, not purpose. What we need is statesmen, stateswomen. We don't need more politicians. A statesman is an interesting human. A statesman thinks of the next generation and is a leader.
Okay. That's what a statesman says. A statesman thinks of the next generation. Can you find any people we're running after? No. Okay. That's information. So, please, before my fellow comrades say something, there is a caller that has been calling right from the beginning of this program, and he wants to contribute to this very time. Permit him, please. So we have not opened the line, but just permit him. As you go on, the mic is yours. Biafrans are listening. Go on.
Okay. I contributed from Germany here. Good evening, everybody. My contribution this morning, this evening, concerning Obi, we have already started our struggle before we started. They began to step and Obi will step down for us. Because this is almost 14 years we started. Before we started this, we didn't see Obi. We didn't know that Obi will contest governor. And this struggle have taken a lot of sacrifice that we can't go back on it. So anybody who they talk that this will be making that if the candidate enter the heart of the people today, this will be is the man who making that the kind of like it. Somebody who forbid something and making the man. Because the 2015 this will be and they are still making that the kind to deceive that kind to tell the people that election cancel the election that they have already opened his mouth that he never do one since this struggle started. Nadikalo never talk something and go back to it. And the same will be making Nadikalo to speak out and come back to his own speak again. And allow them to do that election on that 2015. The truth today, would he never go see Nadikalo? Would he never talk anything concerning Nadikalo? And if saying Nadikalo never did the cause of people, such a thing can damage this struggle 2015. When Nadikalo said there is no election, the same thing will be went on the ground and meeting Nadikalo and begin the debate. So, for anything they do, only the Biafra is the spirit. What is happening today is what will happen in the Exodus. Everything we do today is going spiritually. This is where the Biafra go. But we cannot stop Biafra. Because Biafra is going spiritually. This is what will happen in the Exodus. As due to that time. When the God wanted the heart of Israelites, those he wanted to give the land, how lost the heart of the people. This is what is happening today. Don't mind our youth. But Obi will break pieces like that golden calf in Exodus passage. The same thing in that spirit making chicken those fall apart today. Because when God called Moses, what he said is not the act to stop him. And the God tell Moses, go, I have prepared a spokesman for you. That is chicken doesn't protect all the glory of Simeon today. If you chicken doesn't is in the spirit. And he went for the prepare Simeon. If you prepare for chicken doesn't to be a spokesman for chicken doesn't because for chicken doesn't is not the outspoken. They are not in spirit to pick all those things. That God have already prepared a spokesman for chicken doesn't. Only thing is chicken done and then for the back of Simeon. And chicken doesn't for time for the thing. This is more than anything. But he didn't pick it. That is why that is going according to spiritual things. Obi will break. And immediately nobody should reject the body. Immediately now they qualify. Our parents say making now they come out. Once now they come out. This is what happened in 2015. Before he come out from Israel, all of them don't divert for 2015 election. And that thing will happen when the come out from Israel. Now it is going to happen again. Will be only break like that golden calf. Our Igbo politicians, they forget they are white tappers that will forget to make a road where he will take the gold tap. And the river push want to go and tap the by one without to clear the road. They are there to put Abuja declaration. They are money from their backyard. Today they not agree it. They not want to argue one of the things that the Fulani bring against our people. The idea, Abuja declaration, all of them close mouth. Nobody argue for Abuja declaration for the money from their backyard.
Okay, Mazi, thank you very much. Mazi, please round up. Your time is almost up. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. God bless you for your contribution. We move with the speed of light. So, Biafrans all over the world, if you look at what is on the screen, you see that this is the kind of vision that the rulers in one Nigeria have for the Nigerian people. A sitting minister of education is very proud to tell you that there is nothing wrong with you going to go and school in Ghana, Benin Republic, and other countries because they are not ready to do anything about the ASU strike. So when that pastor spelled out all the problems that you have in one Nigeria, it is to waken up your brains so that you know the reason why we are talking about Biafra. 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 We have to move. We are going to something else, and we are still here. We are not gone yet. Because of time constraints, we will be running with the speed of light now. And sorry if our internet will delay in transmitting some images to the screen. You have to bear with us because we are all connecting to this platform and everyone are commenting. So it's a kind of heavy, but we must continue. So this is one of the issues that we are here to talk about today, where we saw a communique from the expelled criminals that have decided to make use of themselves as slaves. We saw some of them kneel down yesterday in our joint broadcast. You must understand that they are always kneeling down because they have made themselves to become slaves. So that mandate that was given to AUTOPILO, which he came out and said is going to bring to Kano to comb our bushes and to kill everyone inside the bush. They did not succeed with AUTOPILO. So they now give the mandate to the IPOB DOS, as they call themselves. That is what you see on the screen. They said they are going to act like the Katsina terrorists, the Kaduna terrorists, the Nasarawa terrorists, the Zamfara terrorists. By doing what? By arresting people and then prosecuting them in their own court, which they have set up. We are going to know whether they get caught or whether at the court of the people will give them the contract that they won't use. And the sole aim of what they are doing. So I will give the mic to my comrades for them to give their ample contributions on this very issue. Please, my comrades, we need to be precise of our time now, maybe two minutes later. Mazi Gaddafi, the mic comes to you first, please.
Thank you. Is my voice coming out?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That is the main thing, because we all know that IPOB as a body does not control any community. IPOB does not control any state, any local government, not even one particular client. They don't control that area. So for them to say they want to arrest and prosecute my brother, that is, if you read undertone, because that press release have undertone, who are the criminal? Like the way they nickname Double Lion, they call Double Lion criminal just to kill him. They call Baby Bush criminal just to kill him. Here in South Korea, where we are, could you imagine? They were threatening some of us, not me, some people that they can threaten, that they are no longer in their midst. They should bring them their flag, their flag. They should bring them their receipt. I begin to ask them, is he your father or your mother give birth to all those flags and the receipts there? You know, now if they're in the position of calling you criminal, in that way they will call you criminal. At the end of the day, they will send their dead man squad to kill you. That is the undertone I see in this their press release. Because they want to behave like all these terrorists, nicknamed terrorists that is called bandits. Where you can see bandits collect tax, terrorists collect tax. But one question that I still have for them is that, have you ever seen any group in the north arresting the bandit or the full-blown terrorists or ISWAB? Have you seen anybody in the north pointing finger on them to government of zoo? Have you seen anybody from the north arresting them to hand them over to zoo? Now, from all indication, they don't have courts, they don't have police. That to tell the Biafra people that for real, these people are working with zoo government. Because you cannot be agitator, the government you are fighting, you arrest your brother and hand over to them. So what is the purpose of your agitating? Let me tell you, in the book of Galatians, chapter 12, verse 5, he said, the agitator should deprive themselves from many things. As an agitator, you need to deprive yourself from that relationship, that cash benefit from this government that you are fighting against. You say you got to deprive ourselves. In the book of Galatians, chapter 12, verse 5, he said, if you are agitator, you got to deprive yourself. So you can say these are fake agitators, stomach agitators, man must work agitators, career agitators, then Zama 419 that we expel are still working with the government that they are fighting. That's why they can come openly thinking that the Biafran people are dummy to say they will arrest and prosecute, because we know they don't have courts, they don't have police of their own. So meaning that this is a clear indication that they are still working with the zoo that they claim they are fighting. Thank you.
Thank you very much. 247, the mic comes to you, please.
Okay, I greet again. Oh, you know, they go arrest. First of all, make I start by telling us that these people are not representing IPOB. Like I see somebody here now, Nnamdi Celestin. He right to say the DOS vision is to agitate till 2040 so that their salary will be fat enough for them. But these people are not, they are not agitating. They are only, anyway, yes, they are agitating, yes. They are agitating for Biafran's money. They are agitating for blood money. That is why you see them today. They are fighting each other. Go and check. Why is Ikenga attacking this, attacking that? Because of money. Why is Shikedozem sending that one? You are no longer part of money. Chinas are will back like a dog where they don't give crazy injection. Money. They are not part of us. Then another question you should ask yourself is, who are they going to hand over the criminals? Like you see the Casina criminal, they arrested, the community arrested and hand on over to the terrorists. Maybe the dead man's squad where they train finish. Now them be their own terrorist organization. And I want to make the world know, say, these people are not IPOB. They are all criminals, expelled criminals. and don't listen to them. And I am making it clear again. Any day you hear that any of your relation was killed, tagged a terrorist, tagged a criminal, tagged an whatever kidnapper, because their names were mentioned by the criminals like Chike Dozien, wicked criminals like Shina Sanwo, anybody, let me tell you, this is their agreement. They all agreed to do it. So Ikenga is included, Melchizedek is included, Judge Money, all of them in DOS, Paul Achebe, they are all into it together. They agreed to do it. So if they kill your brother, kill any of their brother back. Eye for an eye, ear for an ear. If they kill your mama, kill their mama back. Any of their mama way fiki. That's if you are in Abia State, they kill your mama, enter China Sanworu compound, anybody you see, kill. If you have Imo State, enter Chike Museum, anyone you see, kill. If they burn house, go their house. That is how we will stop it. I greet every Biafra.
Okay, thank you very much. Before the next speaker, let me put a video on the screen to help us expatiate on this very communique, so that it will refresh the minds of the Biafran people. Far back in, was it, I think in November or October, or whether it was earlier this year, they launched a dead man squad. And now, this is what you see about that dead man squad, so that people will understand. After they launched this dead man squad, China Sanwo-Olu wrote it on his Facebook handle that this award ESN. So people should understand that there is a planned agenda of going to commit crime and then come back to give a dog a bad name. So they created this man. These are the dead men squad. We are not going to give the volume. So everybody looking at the screen can understand and remember this video. They created men here, and they are using them for their dead men squad assignments. So anyone that refuses to be part and parcel of this squad is what they will come out and be calling their names and be destroying. Now, with this, their recent communique, this communique was made to be able to justify the evil actions that they are coming up with. Now, let me put the write-up which they put on their pages to enable you understand what this actually meant. Because we would not be saying what we don't have evidence and what we don't know. And God always have a way of making them to use their mouth to tell us everything. Please be patient with us because of how lengthy the system has become, because of the load it is carrying. Let this thing come to the screen. Is it on the screen now? Okay, let me enlarge it so that we can see it very well. All right, is it enlarged now? Can we see it very well? Can we see it very well? I can't hear anyone from here.
It's fine, son, it's fine.
Okay. When you look at what is written here, they say, they are not unknown gunmen, they are special task force set up by IPOB DOS to enforce the open grazing ban. We don't want to see landing cows in our street and forest anymore. You cannot use your business to destroy our. So these are the same men that you saw before in the video that I just played, which China came out and said that they were ESN. In case you did not see his own publication, this is China's and Moro's publication, so that people will understand when we tell you this is how it is and the plan. Let me put the other publication on the screen so that everybody see it, so that when we start dissecting them, you will understand what we are doing. Okay, this is China's and Moro's write-up. So you can even see how the two of them writing things differently. Chinas and Woro wrote before, and then Emeka Gift official came out and wrote in another way by giving a different narrative. So this is how Chinas and Woro wrote his own. He tried to impersonate ESN, and then Emeka Gift came out and then said, no, they are the dead men squad that was set up. So these are the same people, you see? These are the people. So now, understanding this and seeing everything that is on the screen, let us go back now to the main communique which they have released recently now.
The milk in Kanu, they have the cattle. Before the white man came, did you see any Fulani in your forest? All these people talking rubbish about movement of cattle and movement of... I'm asking you, before Britain came and handed over Nigeria to Fulani, ask your grandfathers, please, or your grandmothers. Ask them. All this nonsense we are hearing today in this so-called one, I want to tell you the dangers of one Nigeria. All this nonsense you're hearing today about one Nigeria, Fulani in our forest, Fulani in our village. Before the white man came, did you see Fulani moving their cattle all over the place? Did we not have meat to eat? They will answer these questions for you. Because sometimes in Africa, we don't reason very well. The way we reason is this jaundiced, it is disjointed. I can't understand for the life of me why, instead of them to waste all that money arming and equipping this Janjaweed army in Hetiala to come and conquer you and I, why don't they open a milk factory somewhere in the north and bring the milk down south? I'm sure Southerners will buy it. After all, pig milk comes all the way from Holland. Pig milk all the way from Holland. Now you understand it. Because of the way you people reason. Why can't you produce? Is it difficult to produce milk? The same milk that comes out naturally from the udder of the cow. Why can't you can it somewhere, pasteurize it, and send it to people to eat, to drink, or to do whatever with? All over the world, that is what is happening. In fact, they produce so much milk in Europe that they pour it away. Why can't you do the same thing? A whole president claiming they are in the 21st century are supporting a very primitive practice of moving cattle from place to... All of you, you're not ashamed of yourselves. You have no shame. As somebody will say, your shame is shaming me. I'm telling you, you people from the zoo, I'm ashamed of your ignorance and stupidity. You people are hopeless, completely hopeless. One day I want idiot to come and say, we are intellectuals. And you're moving cattle from Kafanchan to Ahoda. You are intellectuals. You are intellectualizing. You are in the 21st century. You are moving cattle, driving cattle, Nama, from over 300 miles. It's claiming Yoruba forest is a place for you to be in. You want to relax. Yoruba forest is every Nigerian is free to live anywhere and do their business anywhere. Yes. But when an Igbo man tries to sell beer in Kanu, you destroy it. You destroy their businesses, you destroy their hotels, but you can come down to the south and live anywhere you like and grace anywhere you like. And you're telling me that is a country, that is one Nigeria for you? The Fulanis we are talking, they call them the Funa movement. Our attention has been drawn to a decree credited to one Rotimi Akredolu, asking Fulani people who have occupied some forests in Ondo State to quit. We are also aware of another incident in Oyo State where an illiterate political talk gave quick notice to Fulani people to leave their territories, which are now their irreversible homes. Are you listening? Fulani are now saying that Yoruba forest is now their irreversible homes. They have now occupied Yoruba land in perpetuity. And I want to let my Yoruba friends understand this. You see, in life, anytime you support evil, evil will come back to haunt you. All of you never knew that IPOB and this Biafra movement was for your liberation. Some of you saw maybe the oil and gas from BIAFRALAND. If they go now, we'll have access to oil and gas. In the process of having your eyes fixated on oil and gas, your forest is gone. Do you understand it? There is nothing more precious in life than
a world without us won't just mean a world without honey. Apples, almonds, tomatoes, strawberries, watermelons, apricots, kiwis, pumpkins, cucumbers, beans, milk.
Freedom. Freedom is very important. And I need you to understand this very morning. Every Yoruba person supporting Fulani, you are setting up yourself to become like the Hausa people. Remember when Hausa was supporting Fulani? We are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Where are the Hausa people today? I ask you. Where are those Hausa people today? Do you see them anymore? They're saying we are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Do you see them again today? Do you see them? I'm asking you. No, because Fulani have completely overwhelmed them. It's called emasculation. Completely emasculated them. Look at what they're doing in the East. In the East, they come to the East and would say, oh, you want to be the president or vice? Yeah. They say, give us land for Ruga. They give them land. The soldiers of Kadu did that law, Banta. They've taken it over in forever and ever. Give us land in your state. Hope most of them are proved to us that you are stood. Give us land in Olo. Hope most of them will give them land in Olo. We can go and kill people in people. We can kill for them. How many Fulani governors are prepared to kill bandits? I didn't say normal people. I'm talking about armed, dangerous bandits. How many Fulani governors? Go and read your newspapers, you will see there. Fulani governors are negotiating with them, giving them arms, giving them vehicles, making sure that their life is no longer a misery. But they come down to the south. They tell you, give us land for Ruga. Go and kill people to prove to us that they want Nigeria. That was why Obiso was talking rubbish. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? Supported by the BBC. The problem you people have in Nigeria is this. Your journalists, you see people Punch newspaper, Tribune, Vanguard, and Nation, they are your second worst enemies. I'm telling you the truth. They can never ever be objective in their reportage. Never ever ever. That's why all of you are suffering. But you don't know it. They were the same people used to scuttle the NSAS protest. Of course, some of you went out looking for Indomie in warehouses. Typical black people. Any revolution that is coming now, you must stand very firm. They'll say, oh, you're Igbo. Oh, you're Yoruba. Oh, you're from Europe. Don't join them. It's our turn in 2023. If you do this, you will scuttle our chances of becoming the president in 2023. Ask yourself, all of them that have been president from time order, what benefit has it brought to you as a human being? Absolutely nothing. So you have nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing to lose. You look at them now, how they have now descended on Yoruba people, asking them to concede, give us your forest, we must graze, we must do this, we must do that. And slowly before your eyes, they are giving in, they are capitulating, they are allowing them to, if you don't give it to us, so Tinubu will not be president in 2023. Tinubu won't be the president. That's what I'm saying to you. And foolishly you will agree and hand over your land to them. And once they take your land over from you, look at Hausa. Because there is a thing where we come from. If you want to know what your life is going to become in the future, look at Hausa people. If you want to understand, appreciate, I will say, the life that you are about to bequeath to your children and grandchildren. Look at Hausa people. Is there any Hausa governor today? Is there any Hausa emir? Is there land though? Katsina is Hausa land. Kanu is Hausa land. Sokoto is Hausa land. The Hausa people own it, indigenous to those areas. I'm asking you this question. Is there any Hausa man who is an emir in the north? The answer is no. Something's going to happen to you. If you don't rise up now to break, I'm not even asking people to break to demand for what rightfully belongs to you, your freedom. The freedom to decide. The freedom to write the constitution if you prefer. The freedom to live with whoever you want to live with. That is what we're asking for. But most people misunderstood what we are saying. And today, almost everything we have said about the zoo has come to pass. Everything we have told you, everything I told you has come to pass. Everything. And some people are still questioning and arguing. They said, Fulani will resist by all means necessary, including armed resistance, any attempt to forcefully eject them from the forest. Yoruba, you must ask yourself this question. When we were pursuing them from Ebonyi, why didn't they say something about ESN or Nnamdi Kanu? Why? Have you asked yourself that question? Because they know we are prepared to die to defend our land. They understand that very well. That is the only language the Fulani understand. You cannot say to Fulani, oh, let us have a Fulani president, and after that all will be well. Never, ever, ever. They will continue to expand. They will continue to identify idiots in your midst, traitors, saboteurs in your midst. They will promise them heaven and earth. They will give them everything they ask for in order to ensure that they get into you, they subjugate you. Look at Yoruba land, Ilorin. Yoruba, how did you lose Ilorin? You lost Ilorin because somebody thought or felt that by aligning himself with what he felt was a superior Fulani force, he can defeat his own people. Afanja, what happened? As a result of that miscalculation, the great Yoruba race lost Ilorin to Fulani Caliphate. That is why in Ilorin you have an emir of Ilorin, not an Oba of Ilorin, answerable to Sokoto. That is where Lai Muhammad comes from. You can see them. Sokoto slaves in Yoruba land. When I say that it's not religion, it has nothing to do with religion. It has everything to do with the mentality of a conquered people. Now they have left Ilorin, having taken Ilorin and taken it to Sokoto. They now want to come into Oyo. They want to come into Ondo. Once they take over all those places, it's over for the Yoruba race. Over for you. No, never again will anybody rise a man of honor or integrity in Yoruba land. Never ever. It will only be their stooge. Look at what's happening in the East. Only Fulani stooges can now emerge in the East. It took them very many years, nearly 50 years, to accomplish this very simple task of making sure that everybody, be it Ohanese, be it Pandef, be it governor, anybody you're bringing out must come to the north to swear allegiance to the caliphate. All of them. Bound. Is there a political godfather in the East? There is none. They all go to the north to go and swear allegiance to the Janjaweed. That is why our life is in a mess. That is why they can do something like Obiozo and make him the Ohanese President General. In front of our eyes, in front of Korokoro. And what did they bribe? They gave money to BBC, they gave money to all Zoom newspapers. They started to trumpet Obiozo, Apex Group, Apex. You saw them holding their meeting under a canopy. A turn without shame. A whole of under sand, turn canopy. Maybe you saw it disgraceful and shameful. Talking rubbish. The man looks like a Janjaweed anyway. Talking nonsense. These are people they have prepared for you to sell you down the drain. By the time the Fulanis are done with you, believe you me, if you don't rise up now to fight for your freedom, by the time Fulanis are done with you, you'll be more useless than a Hausa peasant doing Babiala somewhere in Zaria. That is the future that awaits you. Now, our people must understand this very clearly, especially my Yoruba brothers and sisters. It is about time to stop supporting evil. That evil is in Asorok. That evil is a gang of reprobates calling themselves presidency. The more you keep on supporting evil in the zoo, the more your land will be taken from you. The more your daughters will be raped and abducted, the more your sons will be slaughtered in cold blood. And under one Nigeria, there is nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Because one idiot that they groomed will rise up and say to you, oh no, it's one Nigeria, there is crime everywhere. Haven't you heard about Zamfara? Haven't you heard about Katsina? There is crime everywhere. That is not the case. The crimes you have in the north, the insecurity you have in the north is as a direct consequence of their own action. They groomed them. Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb, ISIS in West Africa, Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, bandits, all of them. Who brought them to Nigeria? It's Fulani. Fulani brought them into Nigeria. El Rufai brought them in. Bauchi State governor brought them in. Are you people deaf and dumb and stupid? When you come out and you pretend, oh, we are one Nigeria, go and show me. Somebody was asking, where is the boundary, where would the boundary of Biafra begin? And I asked the fool, where did the boundary of Nigeria begin? People from Niger come in and go as they like. Most of these idiots are from Niger. They are building a pipeline to Niger. They are building a railway line to Niger. They are building roads to Niger. Whereas where the money comes from, which is BIAFRALAND, we don't have those infrastructure. No, we don't. But you're taking our money. You come to Izombe, you come to Ohaji, you come to Ebema, you come to Aguleri, you come to Ebonyi. You take our resources, get the money, and now you're building a way to Niger Republic. And you want me to be happy with you? Clap for you. Oh, Nigeria is doing well. One Nigeria. I think you are insane. You come to my land, you take our oil, you take our gas, you take our manpower, you take everything, our VAT, our tax that we pay. You are now building a road from Katsina to Niger, airport in Niger, refinery in Niger. You take oil, crude oil from my land, you take it to Niger, you refine it, you bring it back to me as a refinery.
Thank you so much, my wonderful viewers, for watching this video together with me from the beginning to the end. Like I said before, if you like what you see here, if you like what I do in this platform, as you have finished watching this video, please hit that red button that says subscribe and put on your notification bell to on notification. In that way, you'll be able to know when I upload a new video. Share my videos, leave your comments in the comment section constructively. Until I meet your way again in my next video, I still remain your Linda's TV show. Bye-bye.
Thanks for staying with us. You're welcome back to the Morning Show here on Arise News. It's now time to get our promised chart about how Nigeria's young people can put them out where their money is regarding the desire to take back their country during the forthcoming election. And joining us right now for discussion, a popular musician and social crusader, one and only king of boys, Charlie Boy, in the company of Dr. Uche Odim, convener of Nigeria Youth Decide, a project which is designed to enhance youth participation in the political process, as well as afford them an opportunity to engage with all the candidates in the build-up to next year's polls. Good morning, gentlemen. Charlie Boy. Good morning, Stevie. Good to have you, Dr. Odim. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Good to have you join us. Okay. Nigeria Youth Decide. What is this about? A new movement, or is this something like a fallout of the Not Too Young to Rule bill? What movement are you into?
Okay, it's a accumulation of all, whether Not Too Young to Run, agitation from answers, from everything. I mean, it's something it's a platform for the young people. Okay. Yeah, we all know what has been happening over the years in Nigeria. I mean, the young people are being told you're the future leaders and all, but no. The young people are now saying we are the leaders of the now, no more future. Mm-hmm. Because if you check it very well, every other thing in Nigeria, Nigerians are doing very well. That when I hear people say young people are not serious, I laugh because you can attest to that. Right now, the area that the young people have pushed themselves into, like the entertainment sector, we are number one. I just got back from Texas just a few days ago, and all our songs are being played practically everywhere in the United States, even in Ethiopia, all around. In tech,
Shut
we
up
are
your mouth.
doing very well. The only area where we have crisis is in leadership. And that's the only area that the young people have been ostracized all this year. So now we are now taking our mandate.
Everybody. And we dissociate the IPOB under Martin Amdekano from this very community that you see. This is the handiwork that is from the criminals, and they put them as such. So the people under Martin Amdekano,
who is behind bars because of them, who is set up a security network because of them, who, because of him, doing everything to protect and liberate the oppressed in one Nigeria, they saw to it that he must be behind bars. We dissociate him from everything that has to do with this criminality from the DOS. Now,
the defunct DOS, the defunct DOS, the expelled DOS, the criminal DOS,
the criminal DOS,
the road DOS.
And sorry, Sonny.
Go on.
We must make BIAFRANs understand that there are no criminals in our land other than two sets of criminals. Number one, Ebubago, together with the Fulani terrorists in our forests. So if anybody at all, even if Nigerian police or government or so they say they care or be tell you say he care, you want to sanitize BIAFRALAND, let them be specific. Tell us who you are fighting. Are you coming to fight the ESN? Like Audio Zokalo came out to tell us plainly, he is coming to comb our forest to kill our brothers that are in bush? Or are you, why we have the Funanis in the bush? He made it clear. So if these thieves, where we don't sack for job come out, they see that they do fraud. If they tell you say they want to support Nigeria now, may they go Biafra, go they sack, go they kill criminals. May they tell us the type of criminals. Is it the Fulani terrorists, or is it the Ebubago? So there is nothing like that. They won't.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Hello, Sonny.
Right on.
You know, there are this set of people. Do you know that China Samu, under his dead man squad, are providing vigilante security in Abia State? Now, there is a man that they work with called Emeka Marcos and Chineke Marcos, mostly in Aba. Those men are the one killing our brothers carelessly. I believe they are the one that they are going to use as well to say they are arresting criminals to prosecute them with their gun barrel. That is the prosecution they want to prosecute. Because yes, they have their dead men squad. These are the people that are leading, as far as Aba is concerned, the area is concerned. This Emeka Marcos, Chineke Marcos, these are brothers that are terrorizing that area. With one guy they call CC. CC's junior brother just came out of prison last week and killed somebody. He used bottle to stab somebody almost to death, and he went back to their house and collected double barrel from his brother. I mean, a pump from his brother. Those dead men squad leaders. And that CC is their armory who keeps their gun. So the guy went to the place, collect the gun, come back and finish the guy that used bottle to stab that was bleeding to death. He now put out all his men and his gun to protect his house. So with they work with one man called Joe Police. That Joe Police work with SARS. These are the people he carry his SARS group to work with Chinemakos, Emeka Makos, and this Mr. Sisi. These are people terrorizing a place called Amankita in Ungwa Road side. Anybody that's hearing the sound of my voice should know this story. You understand? Because they have access to gun and government is sponsoring them, and they feel that they are providing. In fact, already they are already in operational. This is what I'm telling you. This, when they come out to say they will arrest, they will prosecute, these people are already in operation, mostly in Abia State. The Deadman Squad work with Zoo Police and Zoo Army. So these names that I give to you are the people that are keeping their armories, their guns. They are people that are organizing their men. They are on ground, full on ground. As I'm talking to you. So you can see when they say they will arrest and prosecute, the way the courts they have is they got the barrel of their gun. So this are things that's going on. This thing happened last week in about Abia State. So when the press release is to well, I say is to legalize this illegal group, and I'm telling them they will meet their time. And Biafran people should know that those people they kill, they parade to kill. Those people are not criminals. This CC and the Joe Police, they kill one guy called Oberago. That's how they gather, kill Oberago. That's how they gather to kill anybody they identify as IPOB member. So this information is what the thing they are doing. They already, I just want to confirm to Biafran people that these people are already operational. I'm double sure about Abia State. I'm double sure of it. So likewise, other places, they are there. So the guys that are working on them, they equip them for government, equip them. They work with government. And these are people that said they are agitators. These are people that come to you to tell you all hail Biafra. These are the people that say they are leading. The parasite they are leading. These are the people that claim that they love Martin Americano. These are people that say they want to trust Biafra. So they are working with Zoo, killing our brothers and sisters. This one just happened last week, and nothing was done to him. He used his voice in their house. That anybody can put their head. This anybody can verify it in Africa. So these are things that these people are doing.
This is very sad.
Yeah, I'm double sure what I'm telling you. Emeka Makos and Chineye Makos, these are brothers. Work with SARS and this Deadman Squad. They come in the name of vigilante. If they don't like you, they will just kill you. That is the prosecution. Prosecuting you with the gun of the barrel of their gun. Arresting you with their power. Because they do as they like. And the people say they go on challenge. So, but don't worry. Very soon, they will meet their time. So Biafran people should know this. That these people they call Chikedozem and China Samuru, what they are, the things they are doing. China Samuru, that is no big one. He's a place. People know his community. If you say your brothers are not in BIAFRALAND, you yourself, you have community people, relatives that live in your place. So nobody can say he has the monopoly of violence. The same thing you others know it. But we say we should leave this. That's what our leader said. Do not kill those people we were called to protect. And they seem not to listen to our leader. But they claim they love him. Now, if they want to arrest, they want to prosecute, with which cause? It's only the barrel of their gun. So thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you.
in Lopanta and Umunoch.
Lopanta.
Okay. The planning herdsmen are there. And these statements for that DOS set up, they cannot use them to go after the Fulani. That is to tell you that they are not working for the people, but against the people. And there is one annoying thing about this community, that in every havoc, every crime they want to commit, they will use Nnamdi Kanu's name. That is the main reason that we told the people, we are not going to take order from Nnamdi Kanu intentionally.
Exactly.
When somebody comes out and goes and commit a crime, it will not be branded on him. And these people, whenever they go to release their silly communique, they say, we, under the leadership of Nnamdi Kanu. They put the name in a very big letter, so that they can see a way of to the mess that we are dissociating it from it. Now, there is something else about this community, because I did not want to go through the community, because I understand anything that comes from this Indian Sama is all about destruction. But when I went through the community, I saw something very shocking. They said, if you are in diaspora, that if you do anything or commit any crime, they will come and then pick you and then bring you back to Nigeria, which connote with the plan and kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu. And they say that there is nowhere in the world that they cannot arrest a Biafran or arrest anybody and then bring him back to Nigeria. So when you connect all these dots, everything is very clear for you to see how they harness the kidnap and extraordinary rendition of Nnamdi Kanu. This is quite shocking. That's why I don't want us to even open this community, because there are things there that you will read and then your belly will do to. Because when you reason and then catch all of them up together, it's very bad. So Biafran people, Soludo has confessed before how he worked with this statement squad, which DOS gave them, for them to work together and to kill some people. So the evidences are there. When you saw a video of baby paraded naked, whether he was killed or half killed on the truck, and they paraded him around the community, and then they were singing holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu, Savior. It was Chinas and Wolu that gave us the video. Nobody gave us the video. It was Chinas and Wolu that gave us the video, because it was a planned work to be able to jeopardize the work that KSL is doing. And also, singing Nnamdi Kanu's name, a savior, to that very barbaric act was to tell the whole world that we are doing something of God. So we are still dissociating ourselves and the Biafran people from this very act, because the Biafran people does not have dead men's squad, and we have nothing to do with these expelled criminals that have aligned themselves with the terrorist government of one Nigeria. That is why I like the publisher of this news. The publisher of this news made it clear that them, like the Katsina terrorists, that they have decided to do as the Katsina terrorists, arrest and prosecute, which is nothing different from the handiwork of the terrorists. There will on this very issue. Let us see how Soludo is using hammer to destroy himself. Please let me refresh the page. My comment, please, and our audience, let me refresh. Let me refresh, please, because the studio is getting sticky. I think it will be faster now because we are back. Martin, go please. Give us a push. Let us refresh our minds more, because we have been so enacted on the issue of politics and everything. So give us more, relax more.
Mazugo, you get Lala. Mazugo.
He goes to the toss, as he gets to the toss, go dey pay.
Abura kekele Simon Eba. Simon Eba joko na ya dere ge mama. The spokesman. Obu wa carry you every na Igbo. Omo biafra ni na sigi di sick na ya.
So as he gets to the toss, he go dey pay them.
As I'm watching you on television now, he dey pay them.
Nwoke na-ebe ebe ọya ndị Iraq go and do your job while we focus on this in Nigeria of 2023.
So, it is somebody who is trading your life just to gain relevance in the media space. Because everything he tells you is a lie. Everything you see tells you is a lie. Whenever he is able to convince 2 criminals or 3 criminals in BIAFRALAND, he will come to the media and start shouting, making noise. He will come to the media and start shouting, making noise. Empty vessel, he will be making a lot of noise. And so many people will now believe, no, this guy is doing something. You don't know that noise he's making. You know, it is to trigger violence in BIAFRALAND. You can't stop us. We can gossip what we like, it's irrelevant to me. You can't stop us. Are you going to stop us? Who has gossip ever stopped before? If I want Lydia to go to the kitchen, is gossip going to stop me from going to the kitchen? Some people give undue attention to idiots. I'm saying you are gossiping. Will you stop me from going to US after COVID-19 lockdown has been lifted?
That is how you people become liars. That is why when you present a very valid point to an animal in the zoo, they never debate that very point. That is why I call them baboons and monkeys. Black Africans are backwards intellectually. And unless they come here and confess their ignorance and stupidity, behold, they have no future, I tell you.
I want to die. You don't want to sacrifice anything. Your life of a slave in Kuwait is fine for you. Will they give you Kuwaiti passport? Will they give Kuwaiti passport to your children? Will they allow you to buy a house in Kuwait? Can your children be Kuwaiti prime minister?
Then what on earth are you doing here? That means you're a slave.
No, they're doing enough.
Mazen Nandekalo forgot that Chinasa is a slave because his name spelled it. He didn't notice it.
Who told you he didn't notice it when he made that comment? He was speaking in riddles. Can't you read between the lines that Mazen Namdekanu was speaking to him? When Jesus wanted to talk to Judah, he didn't call his name. He said, one of you will betray me. And Judah, and they asked him, who is he? He said, the one that will dip his hand in the bowl with me. And then again, Judah said, is it I? He said, you have said it. Go and go, what you want to do it quickly. Everybody thought he meant to go and get money and give to the poor. But Judas understood the message. Samuel understood the message in the council. And that thing has repeated itself now. So what else are you asking about? And one thing we want to, we Biafrans are not killers, we're not murderers. I understand when Gaddafi said, we know where Samuel's family lives, so that they don't misinterpret his comment. We don't kill children of wicked men. The father's sin shall be upon his head. But if the children are grown up and they're partakers of their father's wickedness, like supporting him, they will have no place in Biafra. They can come and stay, but they will have no place. Their name will not be in the list of those to be honored. Never. So we don't bear grudge to take the matter to go and kill your mother or your father. It's you that committed your crime, you pay for it. So that they don't misinterpret us. We're not killers. We're not Fulanis.
No, I don't mean, sorry for that. I don't mean that we are going to kill them, or I'm just telling them that anything they're doing, they should remember that they also have relatives down there.
Yes, that's why I supported you. Yeah, you're right.
Because they have their relatives down there. There is a man called Macho. There's a man called Macho. And this guy group, HB group, those sponsored with their DOS. That guy name is Macho. There is nothing they talk in their group rather than kill this, kill that, kill this, kill that. You understand? So we are not like them.
No, we are
more
not
civilized than them.
Yeah.
So we know how to handle things. We don't say kill this, kill that, but we are telling them that we know you very well. Anything you do, we know you. Don't hide that, like China Samoru hide behind of Chika Idozim to commit most of the crime. Knowing very well when our leader comes out, he will push it on the head of Chika Idozim.
Exactly.
Chika Idozim doesn't know this.
You understand it very well. Thank you. I never had any discussion with you, but this is a final analysis. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. All accomplices so a criminal sin are all
Sonny,
so whether
somebody did here and said it. Sonny,
yeah. Whether
I bet somebody did here and said he get confirmation.
Let the person on the phone finish.
Okay, Master, maybe we hear you. You did, yeah? You did, yeah?
I know, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to make you hear you.
Right on.
Okay. IPOB AUTOPILO. Everybody, they meet everybody.
What do they know is bigger than them?
That's to confirm what Gaddafi said. There is somebody this night. She call in the air. Say it's give a suspension. The first two from Ortega. One collector there. I said that if sport two want to go, send the picture to you people. You to everybody will try. She can go there and kill that alone. As you don't go, they went to kill the guy. They kidnapped the guy. They look for the guy almost 1 week, they don't see the guy in Australia. After they see the guy, the president got him. They take life, cut all his body, all his hands everywhere. They take the guy to the hospital. They went to the hospital again to kill the guy. They put bullets everywhere. The guy escaped. Say that time almost 3 months now. They start treating the guy. The guy is called the guy now. They're having the treatment. I thank God it's recovery. But today, to contact that his sister is not there and his call went to kill the guy. She was there, called the guy then on 8th day. Say the Tupu Malangu from Australia, coordinator, dollar coordinator. They give us suspension. They answering one time them before. He said they don't take it criminal. Because of the ask the guy to do something, the guy said no, he cannot do it because he's not the rule as a lot of command. They want to kill the guy. Today it's got his name on the head. To confirm these people is that all of them they are criminals. I sent the picture. I sent the picture to 427 just now. When you see the body of the guy, that one I send you, but if I send you other ones, they will try. Thank you, my brothers.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the information. BIAFRAN, and they've gathered that information and they will use it judiciously. 247, please. Play this push yan.
Okay.
Everybody that is going to listen to this video and all of you in BIAFRALAND that is believing in Biafra, the spirit of sit at home will possess you this evening. Collect it! Come on, she public toilet for me. And I push here, maybe push here. As I push here. I guess Mazin the Carlos. A pushman, Baba, chicken, Everybody that is going to listen to this video and all of you in BIAFRALAND that is believing in Biafra, the spirit of sit at home will possess you this evening. Collect it! Come on, she public toilet for me. And I push here, maybe push here. As I push here. I guess Mazin the Carlos. A pushman, Baba, chicken, Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, we are going into Peter Obi because we have to shatter every table. And before we shatter Peter Obi, let this music open the way for people to understand that we are talking about no elections in BIAFRALAND.
Biafra freedom, freedom to all. I know Pharaoh in Nigeria, let my people go. Pharaoh in Britain, let Biafra go. Pharaoh in Africa, let my people go. Obodo Kena warawa, Nigeria kuwasiala. Nigeria don't finish. Africa, Nigeria don't finish. Britain, Nigeria don't finish. No remedy, Nigeria don't finish. Before I open my eyes, so I become my leader. All the way from Kenya, rendition him to Nigeria. Country without law, country without direction.
Country will not get direction.
Nigeria, up and in the shoes of Yere. Indiana, Aquala, Yere. Oh, Hamadi can be bullied. Mazin and the Kalo, but the water, I go back off your mother was so. I got dragging number. Mazin and the Kalo, I got dragging number. Hamadi can do more Biafra. Pharaoh in Nigeria, let my people go. Pharaoh in Britain, let Biafra go. Pharaoh in Africa, let my people go. Obodo Kena wara, Nigeria wasiala. Nigeria don't finish. Africa, Nigeria don't finish. Britain, Nigeria don't finish. No remedy. Nigeria don't finish. If you get here, listen to me, yo. 2023, no election in our land, our land, no election, Biko, Gama. I will never forget Eastern Security Network under IPOB AUTOPILO. My prayer to you on this almighty God rotation. No weapon from against you or shall prosper. Me rodi no gade mesudu naru. Oya na mankata jaronja geji kwishi ya vuri ya ode kwere ya shise. Ise ode kwere ya shise. Ise umi unu shise. Ise biafra bere shise. Ise oya na tuwoke nke manaya. Ifa netu ya bo mmejiri buago onye iro si na ọdịghị nkọ. Ha mechere kwete, ha mechere si na ọdị nkọ. Achọrọ mara achọrọ ofe n'isi n'afọ. Onye ka mụ na-akpọghị Maazị Samuel Ekpa. Ojikata ekute mmiri ọka na-agba ndilo. Mere jebe ụmụ Biafra si ga-akụtụrụ gị aka. All the media teams, autopilot, ekele bifem jiri bịa o. Chukwu kele eluigwe n'ụwa chọbara mụ n'ụma o. Extend my greetings to our mothers. Ụmụada worldwide, ụmụada Biafra. Ụmụada worldwide, ụmụada gburugburu. Ndị nwere ukwu a na-eji amụ n'ụwa ya. Ekele o. Kedụkwanụ maka chialedi mana n'azụ ụka nwanyị dị mmugobe di ya na-eji ahụ ụzọ. unana nokwa ihe na mụrụ na-ega nwụrụ anwụ ụbọchị nta anya chụọ na wele nchi ya gaziere unu. Nigeria don't finish. Africa, Nigeria don't finish. Britain, Nigeria don't finish. No remedy, Nigeria don't finish. Autopilots worldwide, I greet all of you wherever you are, and I pray to you. If na mulu nega wala unana nwa, if na mulu nega wala ụbọchị nta anya chụọ na wele nchi ya gaziere
All right, thank you very much. We had to play that to refresh our brains and our memories a little so that we will not be carried away by the sad stories of one Nigeria. But we must continue. But there's one thing we must understand, that we cannot run away from home. Home is where we will all go back after we continue enjoying what we are doing where we are. If there is no home, there is no safe heaven for you. So if we stop what we are doing, they will kill us all. So that is why we must continue in what we know how to do best until our freedom is restored. Majokunpo, you opted to say something before we welcome Pastor Rose Allen into the house. So the mic is yours. We can't hear you. Unmute yourself. We can't hear you.
Sorry about that. Biafrans all over the world and everyone that is watching us here live and direct. Please, I want to say this to be part of the things that we must not forget tonight at the end of tonight's broadcast. Whatever time that you see us come together like this, there is something that is about to be born. And in all this, we must not forget the man who has brought us this far, Mazen Nandekar. When that music was playing, something began to drop a message right away in my heart that I should ask Biafrans, what have Mazen Nandekar done wrong that warrants his own people to sell him? And now we are asking people to stand up for the release of a man that shows us the way of life. Anyone that is not supporting the release of Mazen Nandekar or the actualization of Biafra, or you're not supporting the ESN, and you are from the southeast, you are the devil that is walking on the foot. Thank you, Sonny.
All right, thank you very much. Pastor Rose Allen, welcome to the house. Give your friends a shout out as you come in. And then we'll go from here.
So that boy will ask her later.
Hello.
We can't hear you. Are you there, Pastor Rose?
Are you hearing me?
The voice is not coming out.
Hello?
All right, maybe you're having issues with your device. So we move when your device is okay, then you can grace the house. All right, I think she's going to have to come back in again. And before we continue with this, let me put Mazukunpo has just reminded us of something. I think Mazuko, give us that music that says Kelly Freeman. No.
I'm back. Good evening.
I get them.
You should have it.
Not to find a line with the water.
I think I can get it better. Let me show Biafran the studio of or the YouTube channel of this our Biafra artist. Actually, not the one that sang the one that we just listened to. The one that sang the one we just listened to, that one says his personality should be kept anonymous because of its location for now. But this one here, this is the YouTube channel. Let me see if we can enlarge it. So let me subscribe now. Let me zoom it first so that people can see what I'm doing. All right. This is the name of the YouTube channel. Good Music All. So you go, you subscribe. I hit the subscribe button.
And the bell.
Hold on now. Now I reset the screen. So let me click on his channel and you see what it looks like when you go to his channel. Please, this is his channel. This is what you see. Go to his channel, subscribe so that you stay connected. Let us support him for what he is doing because we need more of you. These are some of the music that we've been listening to. See this one here, see this one. We need to support him so that he can do more. I need every one of you from wherever you're watching us from now to hit the link of this YouTube channel of this our Biafran music artist. I've posted it on the comment section. Hit it now, go subscribe, and then come back and continue watching. Please do that for us because we need to garner more subscribers to that YouTube channel so that we support his work. He's not asking you for something. If he asks for something when producing the music, we know how to take care of it. But for now, you yourself, you have to go and subscribe to that channel to give your support to him. Please. Thank you very much. Marco, have you seen other music?
I know Siamo. That particular one, I know Siam. I don't know where I did.
Yes.
That be the problem.
My microphone.
Okay. Pastor Rose, is your microphone okay now? Can you grace the house?
Are you hearing me? Good evening.
Pastor Rose,
Good evening.
not still okay. All right. We have to fire on because we have many things on our table to look at today. So, Peter will be not ready to be president. And we have been telling you right from the very beginning when he came in that he is a stooge, he is a sellout, he is coming to disrupt the concentration and the focus of the Biafran people on the restoration project. Seeing that MNK is behind bars, they now give him the job of coming to destroy what we are working on. And with the intensity at which the autopilot are going, pressing the button and pressing it very hard on the zoo government, you see threat coming out from left, right, center. The other day, it was the Nigerian IGP that said they are going to deal with IPOB against 2023 because we told them no room for you in BIAFRALAND. no election in Biafraland. And now they are not just going to use the terrorists in uniform that answers the name security operatives. Our own brothers and sisters have also collected the contract. That is what we read to you before when DOS released their publication. In line with that communique that you got from the IGP of Police and the Federal Government of Nigeria, DOS voluntarily rendered themselves to collect the contract so that it will be very easy for the killing and execution of Biafrans in the name of the IGP or the police or one Nigeria are going after IPOB because we say no election in Biafraland. So, no election in Biafraland stands, and we have not gone back on that very mandate because we don't want to continue in one Nigeria anymore. Mazin Nnamdi is still behind bars, and all the rulers that we have, because we have no leaders. When you had that pastor enumerated the qualities of leadership and of a leader, you saw that none of the ones that we have that claims to be leaders merit those qualities, or those qualities are found in them. No, it is only rulers, because rulers detect for you, rulers they decide for you, but they don't listen to you, not to your yearnings or what you want. They do what they want to do because they don't have vision for you. They are only after their political advancement. So now, this one where they for screen, no be we talking. This one na Labour Party chieftain. Na him talk am. Na Labour Party chieftain. Na him talk am. He say make you tell una, say make una wake up from sleep, because IPOB have been telling you people since that Peter Obi is not coming for presidency. That he has been given a mandate to disrupt our affairs. My comrades in the house, do we need to read this communique all through?
Yeah. Anyhow.
Okay, let's see. Let's try to read able. Let's try to read able. The former National Secretary of Labour Party and constitutional lawyer, Dr. Kayode Ajulu, has berated the manner in which the former governor of Anambra State, presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, is going about his presidential campaign. He said Obi's manifesto is more of rhetorical analysis than viable plans to solving the myriad of problems, or even one of them, in parentheses, facing this country at this critical time. So, without even going down to the entire write-up, you have picked something out from here, because he has attended too many interviews where they ask him questions of how or what is your vision, what is your manifesto, what are you going to do. He's always been sounding as if he's telling you about economics, as if he's in the mathematics class, where his arithmetic is always error, error, error. Mazi, do you have something to say before I write on to the next paragraph? Mazi 247.
Hey.
Are you there?
Sorry, are you talking to me? Sorry, I was
247. 247.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Excuse me. Yes, you know, it good make things that happen, make good they hear and make good they see and make we they understand them. People be we know say you know they look for anything, we no be in pocket. Make I tell you, make I clear for you, make I help you, make you understand that well. Person where they do presidential election, you know one contribute in shishi put inside. That one alone supposed to say this man gets something where they do, where you know understand. Now, this same P2B is the person where be say, I don't know, me, I don't know how I want to explain this P2B. P2B from day one, no good. Day one, he never good. Nothing where P2B don't do, where you go tell qualify, say, this is the good aspect of him. Now, the same P2B, when he go rule for Anambra, they call him rule because for Africa, nobody be leader, now ruler they be. So when he go rule for Anambra State, he carry all the Anambra State money, go put them for savings account or for whatever, however he call them, you know, important. He put the money there with the aim, not that he's saving the money for Anambra State. He is keeping the money, like if he keep 300 billion naira, before 1 year, the money might have given him like equally 300 or 200 plus billion. And that was what he did. And then, he no concern and waiting the person when they come with the money one do. And Anambra State, Onisha, they give them over 80 billion naira annually. Onisha no get road. Onisha main market only they tell you, Umbuka no day, new market import no day, old market no day, tire no day. The other one wait there for Tollgate, no day. Now only main market they give them over 80 billion naira annually. Onisha no get. So P2B, nothing good about it. P2B kill Ojukwu, because if P2B had came out or come out when they call him for Ojukwu sickness, Ojukwu for no die. You know, really come out until he get the news say Ojukwu there at the point of death, just like this Wishi where die yesterday. Before he died, as he there for that dying sick, dying bed, dying moment, now so P2B call surface. Come say one carry and go in there, make they cure him. P2B, remember, this same Labour Party, now they take carry Zik, betray our Biafra before. This same Labour Party.
Exactly.
Eh?
I say you are right.
Okay, this Labour Party, nine them this wish where die yesterday, nine their people they use, they do what they do to us still. This same Labour Party, nine they take carry Obi, make it can't do the same thing where Ziki do Ojukwu, my people. Anybody like you hear that preacher say, waiting be manifesto, waiting be vision, waiting be passion. What do you want to do for you? Have anybody sat down for once and asked himself, herself, what really is Obi's vision? What is his mission? What is he coming to do? At first point, I want you to ask yourself, if Obi really have good intention, why is it that Obi could not find any other person in this life to go with as running mate other than a Mauritania that is in the country called Nigeria with his family, sponsoring terrorists, sponsoring Boko Harams. And it is clear there, out there in the public domain that these same people, the family said that if you must have any post or position in Nigeria, you must come to us, you must accept our terms, then we will give you support. Now, P2B going to the people that are terrorizing us, killing us, telling you openly, if you must have anything to do with us, you must accept our terms. It is open, it's no secret. Obi has accepted their terms. And what is their terms? Fulanization of your land. And how they want fulanize them. If you say fulanization no day for dictionary, well, I go fit explain them. Okay, so P2B has no vision, has no mission other than his pocket. Ndewo.
Ndewo.
All right, Pastor Rose, thank you that your mic has been released from Kwashok. So welcome to the house. grace the house, and also hit on this matter with this prayer. Thank you.
My Biafra.
Wow. It's so my Biafra brothers and sisters, my Biafrans.
What happened yesterday?
I salute you wherever you are listening to us. You see, what happened is what people have to know, that Biafra has come.
I want to tell you that
GLIM has formed. And I want we AUTOPILO under IPOB,
if you watch us,
Namdekalo, and our spokesman, Simon Ekpa. Watch us,
all of us,
we have nothing but to speak the word of God. And all of us, God has brought in this
the
time.
needful is that every one of us must stand in the truth. And that's
the
what we have been doing for
needful is that every must stand in the truth. And that's what we have been
What am I
doing
saying?
for
That
past
look
how
at what
many
is happening
1 year plus now.
England. It is
What am I saying?
It is
In
our wealth. They
England,
are sitting down, they are eating.
it is
Like
our
the people that have vowed that they are
it is our wealth. They are sitting
today,
down, they are eating.
Today,
Now that
they
Biafra
are
will
not able to
not
see
come.
that
And
Biafra
today,
the same thing goes to
they are not
Chico,
able to
Dosium, and
see
all of them
that
is
Biafra
calling the commanders
is coming.
on the
The
air.
same Chico, Dosium, and all of them that is calling the commanders on.
Enough of all
I am
these things. If
saying
no
that
one
what
wants
you
to
people are
tell you
doing,
that what you are doing is more than
enough
what
of all these things. If no one wants to tell you doing, it's more than what you people that said you need Biafra are
everything
doing.
that she thinks she have in this
Elizabeth, all the money she
it's
had,
only one.
she thinks she have in this world, she has acquired. Today,
You people
today
think
she didn't
that what
know
you
that
are
today
doing,
she will not
let
be on
pressure.
this earth.
Lost
You people
Martin
think
Amicalo.
that what you are
And
doing,
you are doing
you
against
delay pressure.
You say you
Mazin Amdekalo,
command and control. What is
and you are doing against instruction. You are standing in command and control. What is
not only one person
command and
that
control?
Biafra is not for
Structure
one
is a
person.
thing that
It's not for
not
a
only
family.
one person
Biafra
building.
is
For
for everybody.
one
I am a
person.
Biafra.
It's
I
not
am
for a
Biafra, so
family.
I have a right to
Everybody.
something
I
for my
am a
mother's land, for
Biafra.
my mother's land.
I am
The
a
same people have the
Biafra.
right.
So do
But what
something
is
for
that
my
right you have?
father's land,
To kill,
for my
to
mother's
destroy,
land. The
to
same,
draw
but
back
what
the
is
Biafra.
that right
You
you are
think your
having?
money will save you?
To kill,
When the time comes,
to destroy the Biafra. You think your money will save you?
Just like when
The time comes,
to come
it
and
will not
welcome
save you.
Peter Obi.
I want to tell you, just like when they call me, come Peter Obi,
the same Peter Obi that I
pray,
destroyed, the same Peter
and I
Obi
call
that did not
them, I say, people are doing.
when it was
The same Peter Obi that I have destroyed, the same Peter Obi that
I asked them
when he
when tell me what
was the
thing
governor
Peter Obi did
of Anambra State.
BIAFRALAND.
Then, can
Is
you
there
tell me
any
one
open-
thing that Peter Obi
Is there
did?
any school? Is there any good road?
Is there any
any
company?
legacy in that state?
Is there any
Is
good
there
road?
people that
Did
did
he
you
left
receive
any
on which money? Were you
legacy
any
in that state?
were traders
When
in
you tell
Onitsha
people
and
that
market?
he's
You
using
were
his
nobody.
money,
Like,
which
we
money?
know
Were
that
you
you
that
raise
in Onitsha
and
the
then
market?
the opportunity to do. What do you
You
do?
were
You use
nobody,
that money
but
to invest.
single you.
Do you know
And
what it means?
gave
when
you
invest
opportunity
the whole
to do.
entire
What do you
money
do?
of
You
Anambra
use
State? What
that
they
money.
not
Do you
how
know
much
what it means to invest the whole entire money of Anambra? It rained for that. Yes, you have.
like my brother
rule
said,
as kids.
and now
The interest every day.
and
Like my brother said, and now you people want me to come. I have to ask him, have you apologized and land? When you kill those men that are supposed to, did you say anything? And the PIOB said that it's not running for. How can a man say that?
This politics,
what all the since he entered into this
what he knows is to
this politics, this makes a comment.
And I told him when I come, the
No,
first thing I will do,
what he knows is to go from
asking
other.
question. In short, I told him
And I told them when I come, the first thing I will do is to. Short, I told them I'm not coming. They said, okay, I have a chance. I told them, no, I will not come. They just said, no. They said, any link, they did everything. I told them, no, because you know, I will speak more than what. I will tell him that there will be no election, and it didn't go. So what I'm telling my dear friends is not that this man,
but he was
this country, see, he's going one place to another, telling them, but he have the opportunity to change his own state, his own religion, but he never changed it. Come out and tell you they would do this, they would do that, they would do that. They have the solution, but they have a solution that people will see.
That they are dancing from market.
At least our people said before you go to the market, but they are dancing from market and coming to the house. Our governor Soludo, because of it, he cancelled. He was hammering that when he's in, he will go to Martin, the first thing is to negotiate and bring us all the IPOB that have been locked in prison. He will bring all the things. Everybody believes him, because we believe he has a change. He went there. The first thing is to kill, start destroying. Up to today, went to IPOB. Everybody were happy, so that he would do this, he would do that. To today, instead of and bring them, some of them he recruit them to be fighting against each other. There I was crying. That's why I woke up immediately. When Chike Dozie was calling them, when Chike Dozie was happy, calling his fellow brother on, you think if he, that man, you kill him, you think you have done the great thing for me. You think that when Biafra come, or when you are fully said yes, you will be welcome. Well, let's see what Biafraland will do to you. And again, brothers and sisters, my fellow Biafran, Obi not going to do nothing. He's just ranting. You people know that as soon as he entered that place, he will remove that thing they used to remove him as a human being and control. Because you remember when our leader Mazinam the Kalu said, as far as they will, where they will go and make love with a nama and make a lot of things out, they are no more for themselves. They will be remote control. I want to tell you that, and I don't think that they are going to allow Obi to become a president.
If you know that God has given
if you know
last opportunity
that you want this Biafra like I do,
if
God has given us the last opportunity for us to make a difference, for us to says that they have been holding Mazinam the Kalo. Nigeria is not our
has destroyed us.
root.
Nigeria
is right. Nigeria has destroyed us. Nigeria is this. What happened last 3 days? The bandits went and bandits are using AK-45 more than that. They are killing, but they have never called them one day a terrorist. We the Biafra rights, yes, we are demonstrating our rights. But they bring all armored court. Yesterday, I was not sleeping, I was crying. They went into both that. I want to tell you that they mount secrets in Kaduna. This satellites in Kaduna, the money we are doing in the eastern, and they are killing us. And what a bubago! It is the security of the one they say they created in an adjoining hand and killing our gallant man, ESL, house to another, to make sure that none of our is alive. And what are we doing? We are waiting until they kill us. Everybody should know that Mazina, the castle dungeon, did not give up, did not collect bribe because of we, the indigenous people of Biafra, give up. And it is time all of us for our right when it is not too late. Because this time around we do. If we leave this opportunity God has given us, we must Simon Ekpa and bring Biafra.
We are asking you for
we do forever.
We are asking you to
These
go and donate.
people are sophisticated. We are ready. We are asking you to go and donate any amount you have even in Nigeria. Ready to go, but we are asking for donation. But if you allow and mess up, they will come and wipe us out. They are fighting Mazin. Where all the Carlo has given them, they say there. That's where they want mosques in the whole world. The highest mosque. Telling you now, and I am saying, if we don't wake up, you will regret. Go to Lagos. They destroy more than 500 bulls. They did not give them any, only 2 days, and they are doing it. And they are doing this. We should go home, and we are sitting down. The mandate for us to wake up and do the needful, and that's why we the autopilot. We are not here to rant. We are not here to show ourselves. We are here to let our people know we, the Biafran, go and take Biafra.
Pastor Rose, thank you, because if we give you the whole day, we will not finish. Thank you,
pains me, my brother Sonny. It pains me because what is happening. I want to let
understand.
We need to wake up.
Thank you.
Why? God bless you.
Bless you too. Thank you. So, before we finally give the microphone to all our comrades to fire on, let us finish reading this communique so that when you have the time now, you will know how you fire. Now, coming down here, the activists made this statement while reacting to political developments in the country by a telephone interview on Wednesday in London, UK. So, I have listened to Peter Obi at different times since he began his campaigns, and I can say that he has not been able to convince the defending Nigerians of his readiness for the job for which he campaigns. All he has been saying are what should be done
which is not alien to every Nigerian. After all, even the street hawker knows the problems with Nigeria. Has failed to advance any plan about its solutions to resolving those issues in concrete terms and how he intends to do them. Obi merely complained, which he and his uncritical followers mistake for a manifesto, Ajulu said. Now listen to another side. He further opined that Obi needs to put together a convincing and achievable manifesto rather than making unrealistic references to nations whose diverse beliefs and cultures are totally at variance with Nigeria. The lawyer also said that Mr. B's choice of candidate, running mate, may be another albatross on his ambition. Now, the word albatross here is telling you about a word that is sometimes used metaphorically to mean a psychological burden. Metaphorically to mean a psychological burden. So this man describes Obi's running mate as albatross. That word is used as a metaphor to describe a psychological burden or a curse. When a person curses you, lay curses on you. So the running mate of Peter Obi, which Peter Obi has chosen, this man has described him to become a burden to the entire Nigeria.
That was the time.
And I will play a video that will exemplify what that man said. It will seem that Obi did very little consultation with the northern critical stakeholders in determining the choice of his running mate. He said Mr. Obi should have allowed input from those who are critical to the prevailing situation of the country to influence his choice of a vice president. So, Ajulu said, Peter Obi's running mate, Senator Bati Baba Ahmed, is an intelligent and a good man, certainly qualified for the job of even the president, but the president situation of the country is not only about looking good on one's certificate or even in the bank. The challenge that has bred economic hardship in Nigeria, even in the midst of our plenty, should have been a major point of concern before picking his running mate. To me, that challenge is the state of insecurity in the country, which has risen exponentially in the last decade. I honestly believe that that should be the first thing to consider, because nothing can properly work amidst insecurity. Nothing can work. There can be no election, nothing progress, or other economic that I have been quoting for you when there is insecurity everywhere. He further opined that even as it appears that the Buhari administration is trying to tackle the issue of insecurity in the country, it still requires the coalition of people who understand the dynamics and who can provide viable solution. I believe that Peter Obi will need the support of the northern stakeholders. After all, who is he working for? He's working for the northern stakeholders. Revered religious clerics and scholars like Ahmed Abubakar Kumi. Hey! Reverend Father Matthew Kuka. And notable labor leaders as well as former military leaders, if he is really serious about the presidential race. Notable stakeholders as Sheikh Gumi, the Reverend Father, seasoned political strategist, an experienced journalist, are needed to ensure that Peter Obi presidency is a reality, because everybody understands that it's not a reality, the lawyer said. Ajulu also found at the strategy deployed by Mr. Obi's supporters in marketing his ambition to the Nigerian people. He said his years of experience in politics have taught him that mock actions do not translate to genuine support. I have been involved in 3 major.
They are missing me if you understand. It's not. I'm a doctor, my hand guy day and night. I will sleep. These Garland people, they are calling me. You understand? I sleep. That's it. Tell me when you don't have people. I don't need those things. Today, Chike doesn't.
So are you refreshing?
What is happening?
What is happening?
Yes, I can hear you.
Pastor Rose, can you hear me?
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I think Sonny is refreshing.
We are back. We are back. Sorry.
That is it.
I think
but it no go
Peter
work
Obi's
for
community almost scattered our day.
That is it. But it no go
All
work.
about Nzama. It's contaminated. Did you people get
Please,
what I was reading?
I would like us to begin to round up because it's already 4 hours here. Then I have to go to sleep. Thank you.
Yes. So please give your resolutions from what this man said so that we will begin to round up. Thank you. Master 247, please. The mic is yours. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I said you should give your resolutions on the publication I just read so that we start to round up, please.
Well, I don't know what to say again because the publication where you read, now you read them, now so it be. There is nothing to change
and then no different from waiting we be the talk since. So if anybody will tell you by now that like all this, I see one mumu here where say where they hear the talk will be. If you are here talking to be, you should leave, or we will kick you out of here now. So don't come here and preach Obi to us. Don't come and preach Obi. So Obi, like Obi, all those fools following Obi, they have been grouped into 3 parts. Number 1, Obi death. That is Obi on. Number 2, zombie death. Zombie death. Then number 3, well, if you ask me, Obi has come for nothing but just one thing, and that one thing is destruction. Obi has come to continue where he left. Obi left Biafra before, killed and dumped in Izu River, and he has not come back to say sorry. Mind you, for those fools that think Obi has come to reconcile, Obi has come to bring Biafra for you, or to listen, Obi cannot do anything. Like I said before, remember, the people Obi are dealing with are the people that are said, if you must have anything to do with us, you have to come to us, you have to agree by our own terms. So when you are thinking anything about Obi, think this: what are their terms to finalize you? Ndewo, Olushi, I greet you, my dear. You're welcome. Ndewo.
The mic is yours, please.
Yes, Biafrans and lovers of freedom. Before I will leave, I would like to greet all the Biafrans that are still awake from all your houses where you are. Some of us are from Far East, some of them in the South, some of them in Africa. That is how we gather here together. You know, we're talking about what will bring us to Biafra. And we can never talk about it without pointing out that Obi is a boy, like I used to say. So voting Obi, after 8 years, you go back to where you are. It is like digging our own grave. It's like building a heavy mansion without a foundation. There is something you have to put at the corner of your mind, that the issue that we have been discussing here, based on what Sonny is saying, the last communique he read, is the same thing, is interwoved with what we have been saying here. And what we are saying is that we must not allow election to pass BIAFRALAND. This is the only opportunity we have. And that's why I remind us again, and Mazin Namdekan is in the prison. It's like forgetting him. What the DOS are doing right now is pointing the people. I want you to think, why is DOS still sacking people on this critical time, even if I thought there is a war? Or even if I thought there's anything, they are sacking people. In other words, they want to dismantle the original vision of Mazin Namdekan, like Livingstone said before here. So these are the things you must carry along as you're about to sleep tonight. If you're walking along the track road, pray for our leader Mazin Namdekan. This man has given everything. Forget about his family and the enemies that surround him around. It is written, Matthew 10, I think Matthew 10, 36. He said, a man's enemy must, the Bible says must, be one of his household. So what we are fighting is inside and outside. Peter will be one, plus the family who sold Mazin Namdekan, and those who are still waiting to hear the news that they died, or God is disappointing them. I want to thank Biafrans, and please, sorry, we must not forget to tell them about fundraising. And I want to make this announcement, showed it to Sunny before, that this man called Donald, that after fundraising, he will pick his telephone and begin to call some of the autopilot members, those who are, what's up, I could say, admin, to transfer the money of ESN autopilot to their own account. Be careful, Biafrans. some of you who are made head admin on this particular forum that we have raised up to support our ESN, don't allow these people to deceive you. And if you are the one paying the money into this account, check properly. It is called www.ipobusa.org/donate. Their own, you will see their own self as short as their mind is. And also, you will not see in USA together in their criminal account that they used to do raise when they want to do birthday. And two, pray for our spokesperson, Mazi Samanepa. Pray for we Autopilot media team for what we are doing is so great. Many people are taking our name to native doctors. Many people are doing their enchantment and their divination, but they don't know how much is Autopilot. We are not here just like that. Chukwuka Biama is our God. And I want to thank our own mother. I want to thank Mazi Simon. I want to thank Abrawa Sonny and all the rest of all the whole Autopilot media team that are here tonight. May God bless us and we'll meet again. Thank you. I have to go and take my sleep. God bless you.
Thank you very much. 247. Emeka is here. Emeka, please, the mic is yours. Emeka, please, the mic is yours.
Yes, Biafrans. I am not to talk about P2B. We have talked a lot about him. I want to talk about the Biafran youths that are supporting P2B. Simon Ekpa was given an information, and which is true, I know about it. But because he has said it, I have to re-echo it. There are refineries in Port Harcourt, in BIAFRALAND, that should refine crude oil and then sell us petroleum products like fuel, diesel, kerosene, and so on and so forth. Now, the government of Nigeria laid pipelines from BIAFRALAND to Niger Republic, and then built a refinery there with our money to transport our crude oil from BIAFRALAND to Niger Republic for them to refine. Then after refining it, the federal government went into contract with Niger Republic to sell us petroleum product at their price.
Exactly.
Thus enriching them. And some of our youth say, Buhari is stupid. He doesn't have sense. Buhari is more intelligent than all Igbo politicians put together. Because he has an agenda, he's carrying it out successfully. You say he's stupid, but he has the interest of his people. He's using our resources to feed Niger Republic. That he says that they are his cousins. Now, what he now did was to call somebody in the creeks, gave him contract to protect the pipelines in our home, in his home, that takes crude oil from our ground, send it to Niger Republic, build a refinery, refine it, sell it to us at exorbitant prices to build the economy of Niger. And that man collected that money, is very happy. The other person is raking, why did they give it to him? They should have given it to him. That is more qualified. It shows you how stupid and foolish you are as supporting P2B. Is P2B going to change that refinery? Do you think that the Fulanis are stupid? That this thing they have carried out to the letter? That when P2B comes, he will say, no, remove the pipeline. It has been laid. Money was spent to lay it. Crude oil is going. The refinery has been built. They don't want to refurbish the one in BIAFRALAND. They don't want to build new ones. When will your eyes be opened? So when I look at the youth that follow P2B, it is not just P2B. Those that give him that impetus, they are a shame to their generation. May God forgive you people.
Exactly.
Thank you, Abraham.
Thank you very much for your contribution. I think we have the dragon in the house. We have the dragon in the house. Mazi Gaddafi.
Yeah.
Just speak on that Peter Obi publication first.
I hope my voice is coming out. Oh man, my two phones are giving me problem at the same time. It gets hot and trip-off. I don't know why. What I need to say is that during the time of Z committed a crime, and the Britain wanted to use him against Ojukwu. They presented his crime before him, and they told him, "You got to work against people, or we'll send you to jail," because they show him the crime of embezzlement, which he committed. And P2B came. Just look at the first time the P2B came. P2B came out saying he wanted to become a president. He now traveled, they summoned him to London by telling him that he can never be the president. Rather, your people are saying they don't want election. Anything you can do to drag them to election, do it. P2B collected their assignment, he collected the contract to make sure that they drag his people, the Biafrans, to the election. Because they know every region must produce 25%. Now, when the Eastern region or the Biafra land said there will be no election, meaning there will be no election the whole Nigeria as a whole. So there will be nobody to call president. And the Fulanis know that the tongue in their neck is we saying that there is no election. The bone that they swallowed is because we said there will be no election. Now they bring P2B as a willing to dance to the tune of caliphate to validate one Nigeria. Let me tell you, P2B used his mouth to say he's not running for president. And their party member is also saying the same thing. And let me tell you, P2B just want to build a profile. One-time governor, one-time running mate to Atiku, one-time presidential aspirant. That is just what he want to build in his profile to boost his business. Let me tell you, the P2B that use Anambra State money to do block fund in foreign bank. There's a bank in Hong Kong, I mean in Singapore. If you block ordinary 300,000 for a month, $300,000 in that bank for a month is among the 8 banks that are allowed to trade the world trade. Just ordinary $300,000 you block there. In a month, it will give back $300,000, for instance. So check where he used the state allocation and fix it there for years. That is the kind of business P2B is always involved into, because the government knows his crime. And let me tell you, everybody that is supporting P2B, go and write it down that I said, you will return back in shame. Certain. P2B on this earth, categorically I'm saying it, can never be president, can even never be vice. So P2B is just a willing tool to scatter the movement of Biafra, like he has done before, killing his brothers and sisters, throwing them inside the river, Izu River. The history, I don't know, due to the Nigerian youth are lazy youths. That's why they easily forget. They forgot that P2B killed his dame, throw them inside the river. Today they are crying around him. Obedient. So I don't know what more to say. If they are the person from his party, this Ajulu, can come out to say P2B is not ready to be president, and people are still following like zombie. Well, all I know is you will sleep in Biafra, you will sleep in Nigeria and wake up in Biafra. Write it down; it will surely come to pass. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Pastor Rose, please give your verdict.
My fellow Biafran, I just
Are you
want
there?
to use this
Yes,
opportunity to
I am there.
Please, 2 minutes, please.
My fellow
all the
Biafra
women.
use this
we are talking about
opportunity
the
to
things
Ibunuku
Dr.
Umunem
Wisdom has said about
women. We are talking about
our
the
mothers.
youth. Doctor has said it,
This time
Pastor
around,
the youth.
every
But
woman,
our
every
mothers
mothers,
too,
every
they,
woman called Biafra
every
woman,
mother, every mother,
need now
man called Biafra woman.
in your meeting places,
We
everywhere
to
you are,
stand
in the
for what
market,
is right.
in the office,
In your meeting place, everywhere you are, in the market, in the office,
all this energy, it will just
Obi is not going to do nothing. Energy, it will just fall as
have a good heart.
Soludo has. You have seen a lot of people who have a good heart. But as far as that Abuja is concerned, Lani Janjawe is concerned, they will not do nothing. We have to rise up. Our fundraising 17th of this month. We need more fundraising, more hand in the table. Say no to 2020. Say no to Obi. Any Larry that Obi wants to come, it will be aborted. And mind you now that our leader on Tuesday, our leader is going to come out and is going to court. And you see what they are saying. Please, on Monday is Tuesday to later. So nobody will touch it. Remember that it's for Mazinam Dekalo Day. Saturday is to remind that we need him to come out. Free Mazinam. Let them know that we are not going to shut up our spokesman. But please listen and please everybody should join hands. Thank you and God bless. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Please, Simon was in a meeting before he came in. Let's see whether he will be able to speak before he leaves us.
Okay.
Simon, you have the mic, please. There, welcome to this
media warriors.
What they don't know is bigger than them. What they don't know is bigger than them.
IPOB media
What they don't know is bigger than them.
What they don't know is bigger than
yes.
Are you people here?
Yes, we are listening. Go on. Go on.
All right. I just come to encourage you people. You guys are doing a very, very wonderful job. Just come here to say a shout out to every one of you to do it, and we are winning. And
Amen.
The what we felt everywhere. I want to thank all of you for the job that you are doing and always and making things happen and all that. So that's all. I just come to join you people. You look at, you know that my background is a little bit different. So that there is no network where I am now. So I want to thank all of you for sleepless nights, tens, 20, hundreds of hours you spend in awareness, and this new dimension is preached in the best way possible. I can never be proud of this media warriors. This is what I call media warriors. Always objectively doing the exposition and discussing issues as they arise. Supposed to be live this evening to discuss about as you all know, I'll probably
It is already very late, but I'll drive, or then it's going to be tomorrow. So I want to thank you all, and Jidenu Kunuchi in Igbo language. So continue the way we are doing it. We are getting, and very, very soon they will know those who never believed that Biafra will come and are going to sleep in Nigeria and wake up in Biafra. Thank you very much.
Say thank you.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Mazi, go and relax. Don't go live today. You can go and restream this one that we have finished. Go and relax.
Thank you all. I thank you all.
There we
Going to have,
Good night.
tomorrow we are going to have this
good
position on the Queen Elizabeth. Thank you.
Exactly. I like that.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. It's good to have the dragon in the house. And this broadcast, as he just joined, he paid his channel, so he's streaming out. If he was not in the meeting, he would have streamed out since we started. So maybe he will do a restream later, as he said. So we applaud everyone that have listened and those that are joining us now from Enter Biafra channel. We've been here for over 4 hours. And Mazi Prince is then Iena Cho, please. You're welcome to the studio. Grab the mic and use like 3 minutes to finish what you have to say, because we don't have more time to stay any longer. Thank you.
I understand. I hope you can hear me. Can you?
Very well, very well.
Oh, thank you. And I want to thank Pastor Livingston for alerting me. I never knew you had been on. But once you told me, I had to join in. And I think the theme I was listening to was to do with Peter Obi. I would love to use the little time given to me to tell all Biafrans that Peter Obi will actually be worse than any Fulani in charge when he gets there. The antecedents of Peter Obi speak for him, and we must judge people based on their antecedents. The truth is that they might even use it just as a way to kill Ndibo and Biafrans, because by then people would not actually understand, or even would say, well, it's not a problem because it is his own people. I want people to know that the dangers of Peter Obi are such, like when we had Obama. What Obama did to Africa, no white president of America would have been able to achieve it. So in the same way, they could deploy Peter Obi as a way now to finish off Biafra and Biafran's dream forever and have us enslaved forever. People need to be alive to this. This is very, very serious. It is either that Peter Obi is foolish, that he does not know that Nigeria is deadly to Biafrans, or he is a willing tool, willing to do the bidding of his masters. Please, it's important that people understand this. We need to be out of Nigeria, out of this mess. Like Martin Nandekano says, the disgrace and the humiliation, the suffering of our people is too much. We can't take it anymore. We need to go, and we need to go now. Thank you.
Thank you very much for being so concise. Emeka, have you spoken?
Yes.
Okay. So, Kunpo has spoken, Gaddafi has spoken. So, with that being said, we thank everyone for listening and for being here with us. It's been a long one.
Well
done. Effort and days have not been wasted. We've been able to get some sprouting nuts from what we have planted so far. So we give glory to Chukwu Kikabia. Understand that the area we are in now is a very dying one. We have to fix our eyes on the ball and be very, very secure. So keep the flag flying, let it be burning inside you, that Biafra. So our fundraising, our emergency fundraising is coming up on the 17th. So Biafran should be reminded. And also remember that Ndi Zama will be coming to disturb some of you that are in Biafran. Stay away from whatever meeting that they call you, because we have cancelled meeting in BIAFRALAND long ago. So forget about the issue of coordinator or no coordinator or deputy or treasurer. Nothing of which is existing for now in BIAFRALAND, because we are in time of war. We have not declared it, but they're fighting us strategically. The foot soldiers are everywhere, and you have to be very, very security conscious. So, stay cool wherever you are, and we hope to see you all again. So, a very last one to all of you from me, and from all my comrades. 247 has something to say. It's like your mouth is Emeka is like, you have something to say, see the way your mouth is doing also.
No, nothing. Nothing.
Want to say good
Okay.
night,
Please, it's like your mouth too wants to say something. Why all of them
I didn't say anything.
Night and love.
We thank you for your summary, and it's nice to have had you. Thank you so much.
All right. Bless you all from here. Let's entertain the heart with the number. So with this number, we say good evening from here to all their friends.
We
Let's
love
get that music screen.
Thank you.
247 is like reminding me of something. Let me get to what he's saying. But let Ndin Zama play first.